Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Toonkind D&D. My name is Breaks, and I will be your DM for this evening. I have some lovely folks with us, but first, I wish to give you a word picture. So, our story takes place in Happiest Place, the capital of the Gisnep Kingdom, one of the largest and wealthiest cities on Einquil. It's home to toons from all walks of life. Its many famous landmarks are known the world over, but Happiest Place also holds many hidden gems. One such gem is tucked away in the back alleys, nestled in the ruins of what was once a massive building, now turned into a bustling open-air market, the Bazaarmbie, where undead of all sorts gather to trade for what they can't find anywhere else, and find a sense of community among their own kind. Large swaths of cloth are strung overhead in a patchwork of colors, protecting those sensitive to the sun. Different colored lanterns light the bazaar instead, and the vast variety of stalls and goods on sale paired with the chaotic mix of those shopping lend the bazaar a festive air. Behemoth zombies can be seen stomping along the lanes, while skeleton witches zip on by on brooms overhead. There's a Toonkind vampire on a hot date with a pigeon. A pack of teenage ghouls loiters on the walls, hissing at passerby and laughing uproariously at the reactions. Stalls range from simple wooden tables to polished stores set up by corporations seeking to make a profit, begrudgingly allowed by the locals. On the outer edge of the Bazaarmbie, one such location, owned by Makiko, has a long line leading out the door and into the lane. Those waiting in line do so with a mixture of impatience and excitement. Across away from the store, a trio of skeletons grumble occasionally as they tend to a forge, small hammers ting-tinging on whatever it is they're crafting. And at the next stall over, a rubber-hosed bird is having an animated discussion with a skeleton over a selection of jewelry. This is the setting in which our heroes find themselves. And speaking of our heroes, how about from top to bottom, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourselves, name your character, and what it is they're doing at the Bazaarmbie?
I'm taking this as me.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, my name is Ike, and I get to play as Cherry Bomb. And she is a fighter. She talks a little like this, and she decided that she wanted to go to the Bazaarmbie because she heard about it, and well, obviously I like to travel, so clearly that's something I need to do. I need to take a look and see what's all about. I just got out of a movie like I don't know how long ago, like a day ago. I got to meet this eyeball person. They were really cool. Their name is Turpin. But anyway, I did that, and now I'm here.
Excellent. Fable.
Hello, is my mic working?
Yeah, I can
It
hear
is
you now.
working.
It wouldn't work for I muted my mic for a second and I was unmuting it and I guess the button's a little finicky. Anyways, hello. My name is Fable and today I will be playing the Antlered King. And I have come to visit this happiest place for my own reasons. And I'll admit my attention may have been drawn to this what did you call it again?
Makiko.
This Makiko. Hmm. And I'm currently.
Hi. Oh.
No, go on.
Hi, I'm
And let
Eros.
them on, we haven't seen it. Sorry.
I am playing a new character, Nebula Rose, who is totally not just a bootleg of Gaster, but shh, it's fine. uh, he was here, he was in town and he heard about the, I can figure out how to say it correctly, Bazaarmbie, something
Yeah,
like
you
that.
got it.
And he was curious and decided to check it out.
Nice.
Hi, my name is Magic, and I'm playing a real kind satyr, who is called Seeker. He heard the most interesting piece of gossip. A place with packed full of undead. He had to see it. He's here, and somehow he looks more out of place than the actual undead in this area. And he's been jumping stalls to look at everything. He's been chewed away by probably 2 shopkeepers at this point because he keeps asking questions.
Oh my god.
Bless him. All right.
And yeah, he's mostly just walking around.
That's great. Okay, well, all of you in your wanderings, some with purpose, have found themselves in this little corner of the Bazaarmbie. Um, One thing to note is that as you've been walking through, like folks will tend to like especially like the spellcasters trying to apply their trade, they'll occasionally like shoot off like spells into the lanes, like setting off like these magical effects. Generally, just uh, cosmetic, like little fireworks, just to show their prowess. Um, I'd say a cherry. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm thinking Cherry's probably got, she probably just started standing in a line. She's been standing in a line for a while now.
I don't even know what this lineup is for. I just kind of joined in.
Well, it was
But yeah, okay.
yeah.
Well,
Uh
is this the lineup for the bathroom?
uh the zombie in front of you like turns around and is like no.
Okay. But thank you for your input. Thank you.
Okay. Turns back around. Antler, you are presented with a bit of a conundrum. There is a long line leading out of the store that you want to go into, and you can't really see the
Oh
end of it.
joy. Um, he looks at this line a bit annoyedly. I think he'll go up to whoever looks like the most coherent zombie in line, and and go, "Excuse me, but what is this line for?"
The zombie that's standing in front of a rather round-headed, red-headed toon turns to you and is like, Makiko for Kit.
Come again.
Makiko. Is like pointing like with one withered arm up to the sign above the store, which displays very brightly.
Antlers.
Yes.
Yeah, Antler slowly looks up at the sign that says Makiko, and then slowly looks back at the zombie, and then goes, "Yes, I understand that this is the Makiko. I am wondering why there is such a long line for it."
The zombie thinks for a bit. He's doing a bit of a thunk. Um, Cherry, you're standing right behind this conversation.
Wait, am I?
Yeah, you are. Like
Oh,
this
I
was
do
this,
see.
yeah. This is the same zombie
I
that
I
you
I
asked.
I I I lean in and I go. I don't know what this lineup is even for. I just kind of joined in because you never know what's on the other side of the lineup. You know.
Hmm.
It could. Antler looks over at this little tune and just goes, "It could very well be a waste of time."
Well, you won't really know until you get there, right? Hmm.
Hey,
Mhm.
Breaks, is there a window to this store?
Yeah, it's actually it's dressed very nicely, and one of the products that is on display is called the KIT, the Keep It Together, and it displays a skeleton drawn very in a cartoonish fashion with these large. It kind of looks like pool floaties, like over the shoulders, but it like the '80s square shoulder pad fad.
Mhm.
Yeah, it kind of gives them that, but like the skeleton seems to be pretty happy about it, giving two thumbs up, and from the general gist of it, it's supposed to help keep skeletons from like being having their limbs ripped off, that sort of thing, or losing their limbs errantly.
Hmm. Antler's gonna take another look at the line. Is this just a line to get into the store, or does this line go like all the way into the store and like to the register or something?
It's hard to tell from here. And the line goes up like a few steps and into the store. You're not sure from this perspective if it continues to a register, but it does seem to be like all these folks want to go in. And occasionally you do see a toon or some undead leave, some with like just a box kit, or with actually wearing kits on their shoulders and strutting out proudly. Uh,
Well, if
yeah.
if it doesn't look to be a line just to get in, I think Antler's gonna start heading towards the door just to
Oh.
go in.
Um. Okay. Let's see. If you wouldn't mind. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. So the folks in the line ahead of you start noticing you passing, and like as soon as you like put a step on the bottom step, like a horde of like all the line goers like turn to you and like, no, back of the line, back of the line. uh
Is this line to get in, or is it for the for that? And he points at the kip at the window display.
okay, like one, like a skeleton in the line looks at the thing, looks at you and says, yeah, both.
Oh, it's for both.
Yeah, like this the kiosk they got in there sells these things exclusively in a whole different sets and colors and sizes. Um, they're pretty popular.
Cool. I'm gonna just. I am gonna make a. Antler's gonna look at whoever is closest to the door,
Okay.
and he's gonna go up to him and go. Would you mind if I took your place?
The one in front of the door is a skeleton that somehow manages to. Well, it's kind of a loom versus loom thing, because I know Antler tends to loom over whoever he's nearby, but this. You're looking at a very big skeleton, beefy skeleton. Uh, looks down or across at you, down, up. It's kind of an odd interaction going on here.
Mm,
It's like, I've been waiting for 2 hours. I ain't leaving.
I'm sure you could spare a few minutes longer.
I said I was here for 2 hours, and I don't know how long the line's been gotten in since I've been in it. You got something to
Tell you,
offer me that to take my place?
give me 1 second. I'm just gonna look
Okay, we'll do a
at.
little jump cut just to see
Mhm.
what Seeker and
Yeah.
Nebula are doing at the moment. Uh, Aside from this long line, you also have the stalls away. There's like the forge with three skeletons working on something metallic, and then there's a jewelry stall just next door, where the rubber hose bird is still having a lively chat with the person selling the jewelry.
I think Nebula's just watching the, I guess, blacksmiths.
Okay,
He's just there watching.
okay.
He's kind of looking around in awe at all of it because he hasn't seen like this many like undead skeleton zombies at all, like all in one place before. So he's kind of fascinated.
Awesome.
But these three have drawn his interest.
Yeah, one of them notices that you looking and is like perks up a little bit and like waves you closer and says, "Hi, would you be interested in are you interested in the joint enforcers?"
The what?
Uh oh, you, okay. I guess you're not here for the joint enforcers, but let me tell you about them. It's a long tradition in our family here. My name's Hipbone. We got we got leg bone, and then there's skull bone. But
Nods.
yeah, and on the skeleton you can see that there are like metal caps, like sort of like a hinged metal cap that it surrounds like some of the joint bones, and uh, kind of decorative, like the metal kind of surrounds, and a little bit like a tattoo on a person. The metal has been used to kind of decorate and also protect this joint and hold it together. Um, uh, how about you roll an insight check?
Oh, all right. Yeah, +4 on that.
Okay,
Is it
interesting.
Oh wait.
I think you don't have to put the spaces, I don't think.
Okay.
But, okay, we'll say that's a 14, which is plenty to know. You've been watching them for a few minutes, so you've seen, like, the occasional look that these skeletons have been giving the long line outside the Makiko store. It seems like Makiko specifically set up across the way from these folks because they are competitors. They seem to do a
Mm.
similar thing to the kits, but apparently, since Makiko is set up, now this little stall is not getting the revenue that it once did.
Mm.
Yeah.
Alright.
But
I
like,
just had,
yeah,
yeah. I'm just thinking.
yeah, you're fine. Seeker, what have you been up to?
Seeker was just walking around, but he definitely walked past the jewelry stand and then did a double take
Hmm.
because ooh, shiny. And he's made his way over to the stand to kind of, look. He
Hmm.
probably doesn't have any money to buy anything here, but you know,
Okay.
jewelry can tell you something about the local culture in most areas because they have different styles and yeah.
Hmm. It seems like this jewelry stand might be maybe like a side gig for the forge nearby because it seems to be made from a lot of the same metals uh, as like the joint enforcers, but it's all very finely made, actually very prettily crafted. All it has kind of a gothic feel to it, uh,
Mm-hmm.
like wire that's been moved, like twisted around into sort of like a lace-like pattern. Very pretty stuff. Um, and are you like moving into the tent or moving into up to the stall to take a look?
Yeah, I'm moving up to the stall.
Okay. The bird that was standing there looks over and is like, "Oh, hello. Pardon me. I don't mean to take up the time here. Uh, let's see. Uh, Now, as you were saying, like, okay, for skeletons, I should definitely not give them milk as a gift. That's an insult." And like the vendor there just sighs and is like, "Yes, yes, yes. That is what I said. Uh, could you, if you're not going to make a purchase, ma'am, could you move on? I've got
If I'm sorry, if I may, could I ask why it is an insult? Isn't calcium good for bones?
It is, but it's also considered a little apropos because you're kind of suggesting that their bones are brittle by giving them milk.
Oh, good
Yeah.
to know. Good to know.
Nebula's like overhearing this and is like, oh no.
Yeah. Seeker nods his head like you've just given him this very intense piece of knowledge.
Hmm.
He will treasure it forever.
Excellent. And so, like, the vendor at the jewelry stall is looking at Seeker very hopefully, like, please make a purchase.
Uh, you know what? Sure. He's gonna look around some more. Is there anything that like? All right. What are the materials of like the jewelry made of here?
Um, it seems to be a mixture of silver. There is some copper, some brass. Not a lot of things made out of iron.
Good. Good. Okay.
And the silver is they're very small items and they seem to be encased in glass to help protect because the silver doesn't generally mix with undead very well.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um. He's going to pick up what is there prices listed out on the items here?
No, apparently you're just supposed to ask the vendor.
Uh, he kind of browses for a minute and picks out a copper ring. It
Okay.
looks a little. It's probably meant to go on, you know, one of your hands, but he kind of like analyzes it. It looks a bit small, and he's kind of like looking at it.
Hmm. It's formed from wire and it actually looks like a coiled up snake skeleton.
Ooh,
I would like that for myself.
The
But
vendor notices you picking that up, and she's like, "Oh, that's great. That one is on sale today. Copper. Let's see. We're looking for. Let's see if she like takes out a ledger, flips it over. We're looking for 5 gold for that one.
uh Seeker kind of looks pleasantly surprised and goes, "All right, that sounds fair." And takes 5 gold out of his pocket, slides it over, taking the kind of small-looking ring.
Yeah. All right. So you have successfully
Right.
purchased the ring.
Nice. I'm gonna note down that I have 5 less
Mhm.
gold.
Yeah.
And instead of trying to stick it on one of his fingers, which is too small for, he pushes it back onto one of his horns, right
Aw.
beneath the
That's
ring
great. That's great.
that's already there.
Very nice. Okay.
And he kind of poses at the bird and goes, "How do I look?"
Oh, delightful! Oh, that suits you to a T. It goes really well with the green you're wearing. Uh,
"Oh, why, thank you."
yes. Uh, okay. And then she returns to like looking over the wares herself. Um, at that point, another like magical effect. It looks like some sort of firework is set off above the crowd, above you, and releases a glitter, like bright purple glitter, and some purple mist that slowly floats on down. Uh, I would like to ask everybody, like in the party, what is
Mhm.
your character's favorite smell? Starting top to bottom.
Oh man, I haven't thought about this before.
I haven't either.
No, considering where Cherry's from, I would probably argue to say it's something reminiscent of chocolate.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Here's the thing. Antlers is lacking of a nose, but that is not to say he does not have a favorite smell,
Hmm.
which I have thought about. It's roses.
Oh.
Oh.
Don't tell anyone.
He doesn't have to tell anyone. He's just smelling them.
No one knows this.
All right. And
I think Nebulous is also some sort of flower.
okay.
I don't know what, but some sort of flower. Probably one in Hickory's shop, I
Oh,
think.
nice.
Uh, I was actually thinking maybe a roses, but
I mean, that's fair.
I don't know. It might not. It might be. You know what? I'm gonna go with hyacinths because that's the one that I know and that I
Oh,
know that I like.
Mhm.
beautiful.
Oh, those smell nice.
Yeah. And how about Seeker?
I have never thought about this before. Uh, I'm I'm going to say it's a mixture of like campfire smoke and like a mountain breeze.
Ooh, that's nice. Okay. Well, this apparent
Ooh.
magic mist allows you to smell like your favorite smell. Uh, so, do you guys take like a nice deep breath of the mist?
Well, of course, Cherry does.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, definitely.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
probably.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
oh, that
Like
smells
you
good.
just catch a whiff, and it's like, oh, I need to sniff that.
Mm-hmm. Does Antler?
Antler sniffs that and actually blinks a few times. And actually gonna can I roll Arcana to see what
Absolutely.
gotta see if you can figure out what kind of magic was involved with that.
Okay. Very nice.
13.
All right. Yeah, that would be enough. You can sense that it appears to be a bit of transmutation and illusory magic involved. Something
Hmm.
in the illusory being used to like pair up the smell to the person who's smelling it, and the transmutation turning the firework from an explosive into something that was generally harmless, like glitter and mist. But
I
everyone who took a deep breath, if you wouldn't mind rolling me a Constitution check at
Oh
disadvantage.
no!
Oh my god.
I figured
And
that was gonna
An,
happen.
an,
if
Is
an
this a
those,
advantage or
magical effect?
it
disadvantage?
is. If you have resistance against magical effects, you can roll a straight Constitution check.
Nice.
Is this
Did you say
normal
it
or
has to
saving
be advantage or
throw?
disadvantage?
Uh, Disadvantage if you took a deep breath. And it is a Constitution
Okay.
saving throw.
19.
Okay.
Nice. 19, 9,
I did not take a buff,
9.
but he also doesn't have advantage
19.
against.
Ooh, dang.
this.
I
Okay.
got a 19.
Should I just roll regular, or he
Um,
didn't take a deep breath? He just took a sniff.
Oh, come on. 22 is my second one.
aw.
But he got 9.
Does Antler have any
9 and
resistance to? He did breathe it in, though, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
go ahead
figure
and
I'll
roll at
still-
disadvantage.
All right. Yeah, I can't find. Yeah, I don't see anything on his thing that says he has advantage against. So,
Yeah.
Constitution, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Ugh, okay.
Skeletons have the worst rolls.
Let us see. Okay, a 14. So that
He has a bag of
means.
bones to roll
Oh, boy.
Constitution.
Okay,
Oh, boy.
so Seeker passes, but nobody else
Nice.
does.
Oh my god.
As the mist enters your nose, the smell takes on kind of an acerbic reaction, and it really stings your sinuses. Even if you don't like particularly have sinuses, you find your eyes watering, and then suddenly your character lets out a big sneeze. Achoo! And
Okay.
Oh, what was that?
here's the thing. In the instant that you sneeze, you feel like this gigantic pressure in your head, and then suddenly as you're sneezing, it all just flies right out your nose. And whatever you might possess as a brain, it's just not there anymore. And these dark shapes, as well, everybody else in line was also taking a deep breath. Everybody sneezing. There's like a wet plaps hitting the ground as like these brains are hitting, and then suddenly dark shapes are zipping out and like grabbing all these brains and zipping back in a direction further down the lane. Everybody who sneezed, if you could change your intelligence modifier to a -3, please.
Oh, no.
Intelligence, okay.
How
I am very glad I
do you
passed
change
this save. I'm very glad.
Yep.
I
I
went
mean,
from
Cherry
plus
didn't
5
have
to
a
negative
modifier to
3.
begin with, so oh boy.
I did. I had a plus 5. That was his highest modifier.
Sucks to be you.
I'd also see that everyone who has sneezed suddenly takes on a decidedly green coloration.
What if Nebula doesn't even have a nose in the first place? Or
Probably came
brain?
out the mouth.
Okay.
I don't know if that's worse or better.
Ugh.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so suddenly you find thinking just got a lot harder. Like maybe for
Okay.
some perhaps it feels like a weight off the shoulders. Your head's much lighter. You also feel a bit peckish.
Oh, no.
God.
Brain sound good right
This
about
is
now.
probably absolutely fine, and nothing
Yes?
bad can possibly.
So I'm just gonna. I'm just,
Question:
Yes?
Did the bird get affected by this?
Oh, yes! I probably should roll for her, shouldn't I? She took a deep
Oh
breath.
no.
Oh, okay. Oh, she saves, though. Because an 18 beats that 14.
The two are just sitting there chatting with each other in front of this stall owner.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just
so they basically just saw like everyone around them just sneeze out their brains.
and then said brains just suddenly disappear, like some shadowy hand or something reaches out and grabs them and makes off with them. But
Cool.
yeah. So how are you guys all feeling? Like those who those who sneezed.
Well,
I am totally fine. I don't feel like anything different happened. Clearly not.
Antler was in the middle was about to like do an intimidation roll on this dude in line, but that's been completely forgotten about. Forget that dude. Forget that dude. Antler has
Oh my
has
god.
taken a step away from Makiko.
Mhm.
away from the line, holding his head, and oh god, he does not feel good.
Oh no, poor Antler.
And I'm good. Man, I don't know if I should roll a perception or just straight intelligence to see if he can.
Please roll intelligence.
Yeah,
Would you like to
yeah,
roll intelligence, please?
yeah. I'm just gonna see, can he figure out what just happened, considering what just happened.
Mm-hmm.
6. Nope. Antler's very. I think he's very dazed and confused.
Mm.
Hey, Breaks.
Yes.
Can I roll intelligence to see if Cherry would know?
Oh, please, please do.
Because you never know.
Mhm.
You never know.
You never know.
Maybe this makes her stronger.
Hmm.
We shall find out.
I'm gonna lose it if she gets a good roll.
If she does,
I'm
I will.
calling it now.
4.
You have less idea than the
I-
tall
than
guy.
she normally is.
Mm-hmm. Nebula, would you like to care to roll
Yeah.
intelligence?
Yeah. He's very out of it, but he's like, something happened. What happened?
Oh, that's a nat one. Oh my dear.
That's a crit!
Oh,
Oh,
that's a
boy.
oh. Nebula, what happens?
Oh, I don't even know. Oh, he's just like, he just blanks out and stares.
Mm-hmm.
And he just can't think. He's like, what is this? Who am I?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
What's going on?
Yeah,
Freaks, can I do an intelligence check?
please do.
What's my intelligence
Secret
score
place,
again?
save us.
God, please.
Oh, okay.
13.
Hey, the first thing above a 10. Having witnessed it, you know what happened. There was a magical effect. People sneezed their brains out, and somebody took all the brains. You didn't see who.
Excuse me, my dear bird. Would
Oh.
this happen to be a normal Toonkind thing?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we don't normally have big sneezing parties. That's odd. Why are they turning green?
I believe they've lost their brains, my dear.
Oh, that's
Not
odd.
sure about the green part.
Yeah, like the vendor behind you two is like, oh, not again.
Oh no.
Again?
Yeah.
Turns on a heel, non-existent heel, he has hooves.
Mhm.
To the vendor. What do you mean, perchance, by again? He is now leaning on the counter,
Oh.
very interested in
Ah.
whatever this tale is.
Well, people have been sneezing like that. I don't know. It seems like it's something in the air.
Breaks, I have a question. Is
Yes.
Antler and Cherry close enough to be hearing this?
Yes.
Yeah,
Like
are they?
everyone, like
Okay,
the entire party
good.
is close enough to be within hearing range.
Cool.
Oh, thank goodness.
Cool. Because the moment Antler heard, oh, not this again, his head literally snaps into the direction of who said it.
Oh God.
I feel like with this as well, I feel like the minute that Seeker is speaking up and getting more interested into the topic, Cherry overhears and goes, "Wait, Seeker?" She's so out of it, but like she's really happy suddenly because oh my god, it's a familiar face.
Did Cherry say that loud enough for Seeker to hear?
Roll perception.
Oh boy, oh joy, oh joy. What is my perception again? I can read my sheet.
I can smart.
15, surprisingly. Wow.
Yeah, you definitely heard that.
He's still very much interested in this story, but he also turns back around from the stall, sees Cherry, and just his face kind of brightens up, and he goes, "Sunday!" and runs over real fast and gives Cherry a pretty. He does a head bonk. There's a visible, audible bonk.
That's adorable.
She definitely bonks back despite everything.
Hi,
Cherry.
it's good to see you.
Where were you when when we were supposed to be going out of Bill's town together? I
Uh,
thought I told you we were gonna go to the left, and then you went to the right.
your instructions were very unclear, to be honest.
I'm pretty certain they were pretty clear. I mean, you have to just go this way and then over yonder from down that way. And then as she continues talking, her arms are getting very twisted up and trying to explain.
As they're talking, Antler, he's had his staff in his hand its whole time, and it's starting to spark with electric green energy as he's walking over to the stall owner,
Oh.
looking very upset.
Okay, go ahead and
They,
roll intimidation if you like.
oh yeah, oh no, yeah. He walks over and goes, uh, correct me if I am wrong, but you know what just happened. It's a 13. Come on.
I'm going to roll just a. Let's see. Oh,
Ah,
dirty 20. Well, this vendor, she apparently has been around the bush before, and you don't get to do well as a jewelry vendor if you can't keep your cool if somebody's trying to intimidate you.
not to
Uh,
mention, it's been surrounded by undead for a while.
yeah, I mean, she's a skeleton herself, so I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely the look on her face is more akin to pity rather than fear when she's watching you come over and she's like, uh, yeah, yeah, this has happened before. It's been happening all over actually. Um, it's been odd, like something like this happens and suddenly we got tunes turning green, brains have been going missing. Um, Nobody really knows who's been doing it. Uh, it's been a rough thing because we don't really like we've been running out of brains. Like the zombies around here, they've been having a hard time getting some food to eat. If it weren't for the vegan brains, we'd I think they'd been running amok, all run amok by now. That'd be a bad.
Vegan brains.
Yeah, brain trees.
Antler blinks and just raises a hand to his head. He'd have a headache if his brain was there.
Yep, that's one of the perks. No headaches.
Yeah, but it makes it really hard to think, and he's not liking it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what has law enforcement been doing about it?
Law enforcement. They don't come around down here. We
Of
try to
course
keep
they
watch
don't.
after our own, and it's a little difficult. I think most of the forces in the Bazaarmbie have been had their hands full just kind of keeping a hold of all the new zombies that have been popping up.
Antler's gonna try and do. He's gonna try and do a think again, and
Okay.
it's gonna take a minute.
Okay. What is he specifically trying to think about?
He's trying to think of this. He's trying to think of what happened right before everyone sneezed their brains out.
Okay. Roll me a history.
Do I need to?
You still have to use the -3 modifier, but if you're proficient in it, you can add your proficiency bonus.
Oh, okay. So it's just gonna be a straight D20. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
I +8 to history. Goodbye.
A 6. It's
Oh
all
my
kind of
god.
fuzzy.
The
You
electric
do
green energy on his staff is just growing as his frustration because he can't, for the life of him, think clearly, and it's
you
frustrating him. Something
emotional
fierce.
memory. You do remember smelling roses.
You and he randomly points to Cherry and the other whose name
Seeker.
is skipping my Seeker.
Yes, Mr. Skeleton Man.
Hello.
Before the incident, did you smell anything?
Yeah, I did actually. I smell chocolate. You ever had chocolate? Chocolate's really good.
I've had chocolate. It's delicious.
Oh, you get me. You know, like the dark chocolate?
Ooh, I like the
Very,
white chocolate
very good.
myself.
Yes, yes,
White
chocolate
chocolate's
is.
good too.
Yes, yes, chocolate is fine. What about you? Did you smell something? And he looks over to the bird.
Oh, hmm. I smelled cinnamon.
And
I'm pretty
you,
certain that wasn't
at the
cinnamon.
seeker.
You know, does a hand motion. He's thinking
The
words.
point,
Childhood smells.
the
Childhood
point.
smells like an attic,
No, I don't think I
or
had an attic.
like an old person. You
Does
don't have
No,
an
anyone?
attic? That's
that's the
really sad.
opposite of a childhood.
But
Does
you,
anyone
have you never
remember?
been to your grandparents' house as a kid?
No?
It is, well,
Um,
the bird turns to Nebula. Is like, what did you smell?
Hyacinths.
Hmm.
Does anyone remember anything happening before the smells?
Oh yes, there was
well,
a
you were
firework and a
talking to
mist, and it
the.
was very,
Oh,
very
sorry. Go
lovely.
ahead.
You say that again.
Oh yeah.
There was a firework and then mist.
Where?
Do I did did I see where it come from? I see where it came from.
It, it being a firework, you probably heard the sound of it being launched, and then it, going poof above the area. Roll
Hmm.
roll survival to see if you recall where the whistle of the firework going up came from.
Survival, my best stat.
Hey, that's a 15. Yeah. All right. I mean, as somebody who does a lot of traveling, you at some point a sense of direction is going to be pounded into you. Uh, yeah. So you recall that it came from the same direction that the strange shadowy shapes grabbing all the brains went. From the same direction, down the lane.
Why, I reckon it went from over there. Also, where all the things that stole the brains went to.
When
Antler's
they
going to,
stole the brain.
Antler's
Yes.
going to immediately start going in that direction. Then he's going to stop, hold a hand to his head real quick, groan, walk back, point at seeker. You will lead me to
Me.
the direction of the firework now.
Okay. All right, everyone, field trip time. And he starts
Oh yeah.
walking forward.
This is not a field trip.
Oh, I love
But
field
it
I
trips.
don't know. I
is.
don't know, Mr. Skeleton Man. I think Seeker's onto something.
Come along. And he's
Besides,
motioning
I
to.
want my brain back. It's so big. I want to be able to do the smarticle particle thing.
And
I mean,
Seeker
I
is
don't think it's very different right now.
Seeker is motioning everyone forward, and by everyone I mean like the party,
Mhm,
just the people in the general area that were having this conversation.
mhm.
Come on,
Yeah.
field trip time! And he's marching down the cobble streets.
Yeah, Nebula would have followed
Terry is
anyway.
quickly marching
Uh,
along with.
Mhm.
Sorry, go
Antler
ahead.
Yeah,
continue.
Nebula would have followed anyway because, for one, he also wants his brain back. And this sounds bad, and he wants to help,
Awesome.
even if it's hard to think right now.
All right. The bird will join in as well. Uh,
Even with the very theatrical marching, because
yes,
that's what Seeker's doing.
absolutely. Okay.
Terry is following with the marching.
Antler is
He's trying
following,
to
but
keep the pace.
he is not marching.
Would you say it's more of a
Nebula
shuffle?
normally would not march.
Are you having
Nebula,
problems with this script already?
yeah, Nebula normally would not march, but now he's marching.
Yeah, you get it. You get it.
All right. For those who have sneezed their brains out, as you're marching down the lane, as you're going, you smell this delectable scent coming from somewhere.
Antler covers his nose.
Where's it coming from?
Uh,
Come on,
He
keep up,
looks
keep up.
over.
mhm. Like like those cartoon the waft of the scent, like where it comes over and like tickles the person under the chin and then like picks him up and like drags him along. One of those starts coming over to you, Cherry.
Okay.
Are you going to go along with it?
Wait, I blanked.
Oh.
I have no brain. Can you repeat what you were trying to say?
The delectable scent that you that you were smelling has taken cartoonish form, has tickled you under the chin, and it seems to be beckoning you to follow it back to its origin.
Now, is that going forwards or somewheres else?
It's a little bit off on a tangent. It seems to be in the same direction, but it seems to be going to maybe like one of the stalls on the side of the lane.
I think Cherry's going to grab onto Seeker and go, listen, I can smell it. We need to go this way.
No. It's this way, definitely.
But I can smell it.
You got us lost last time you did directions.
You got lost. You didn't listen to my directions. They are clearly top notch.
You said to go left
I know,
in the fork in the road,
place
and there was a
that's
fork in the road, and I went left.
Enough. Follow
Cherry
the
goes-
one
Cherry
with
goes,
the
I know the
brain.
place like the back of my hand, and then she looks at the back of her hand and goes, oh, wait, that's me.
Nope, Cherry. And Seeker is dragging Cherry, even if Cherry wants to drag him in another direction.
Okay, how about contested strength rolls?
Okay.
If
Well, I'm
you-
not very good at strength.
It's a 13?
So strength, just straight up strength, or like
Athletics if you want.
Oh,
Yeah, if you want to do athletics too, Magic, you can re-roll that.
Okay.
I will also say that while the dice are being rolled, the scent got a little frustrated that it wasn't being paid attention to and wafted over to Nebula to try and tempt Nebula into following it.
Can I make a wisdom save?
Yeah, go for it.
Also, Seeker got 19 and Cherry got a 7.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Yep, it did.
He's fine.
Okay.
He's fine.
Cherry had attached onto Seeker. Seeker has picked Cherry up and is continuing marching.
I mean, she's not very heavy, so I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Nope.
Antler's keeping his nose covered.
The scent like passes by Antler, takes one look at him, like flinches, and then like dejectedly floats away to somebody else.
He gives it a look. Like, don't even think about it.
Okay.
Like, don't touch.
Okay. Scent successfully thwarted. You are free to continue down the lane, though as you're walking you do notice apparently the source of it was some sort of food stand.
What kind of food?
The sign above it reads vegan brains.
Oh no.
Vegan brain?
Vegan brains.
Wait, also, when Seeker goes to pick up Cherry, is Cherry, like, sitting on his shoulders at this point, like a piggyback ride?
Yeah. It was a bit awkward to maneuver with the horns, but...
Oh, trust me, she's holding on to your horns. Carefully.
Oh, lovely.
She's holding on to them, like, okay, this is a ride now. I'm fine with this. Never mind the smell from the horns. No thoughts, head empty, literally.
Oh, something just occurred to me. Antler's gonna see the stall and stop.
The bird runs into him because she was too much in the march mood. Oh, sorry.
Aren't those the brains we're looking for?
Perception checks all around.
Hey.
All right.
Because that just occurred to me that Antler comes from a time where vegan was not a thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what vegan is.
I'm sorry, Antler, you are not cool and hip like the cool kids are.
You know, at least perception is from wisdom, so at least I don't have to kill
Yep.
that.
Oh,
Kill that
nat 20!
modifier.
Nat 20, nice!
Oh, dirty
Holy
20.
We got really good rolls.
2 nat 20s,
Two nat
dang,
20s
that's
and a
awesome.
dirty.
Let's
Two nat
see.
20s and a dirty 20. Wow.
Let's see.
Plus an 18.
We see.
I also roll for the bird. Okay.
We see.
Okay, you perceive. The stall that you're looking at is a pretty humble little stall. It consists of a grill out front, and the the errant scents are apparently coming from the grill, as a zombie in the back is brushing these kebabs, like, and then rotating them, and you can hear the sizzle of the meat. And behind the stall, you see what looks like a fairly small orchard, like a few trees, and those of you with nat 20s can see that there are some oddly brain-shaped fruit growing from the trees.
I don't know why,
Hmm.
but I kind of want to try one.
How about let's hold off on it for now? Yes.
This doesn't bode well.
Okay.
I'm suddenly very glad I don't need to eat.
Well, ah,
So, what are we standing around for? Let's go inside.
No, let's move onward and actually find our
But,
brains.
what if you find your own brain in there?
It's very obvious that they're not there.
Breaks. You
Mhm.
said that it was the
But I mean,
origin
maybe
was there,
one.
right?
this is the
At
origin
that
of
stall.
the scent that was trying to tempt you a little further down the lane.
No, no, I'm afraid this is where we're supposed to be. And Seeker walks forward.
Okay, the zombie behind holds up some finished kebabs and is like, 2 for 1 copper.
Actually,
Ooh.
I
And
was
what are these again?
What was that?
I'll let Magic go first.
Okay.
I came here with an inquiry. Do you happen to be casting spells over the populace to attract them to your stand, like some of the other people here?
Antler does a face palm.
the the
Uh,
zombie behind the
Seeker
grill.
is smiling very like innocently.
Hmm. How about roll a persuasion?
Persuasion.
Yeah.
What is my persuasion story? Persuasion. Yes. 13?
13. Oh boy. Let's see. Zombie insight. Oh, 10. The zombie stares at you confusedly. You can see the asterisks forming over its head. Uh, he's doing a real hard thunk, and then he's like, 2 for 1 copper.
Ah,
Hey,
Uh,
Mr. Zombie Man, do you think I can get one of those? And you can tell us what's going on here. Would that work?
yes.
Okay. So you said how much? How much copper was it again?
Cherry.
2 for 1 copper.
2 for 1. For one copper. Okay,
Mm.
okay. How about one? How about one gold?
Cherry.
What do I get with one
Cherry.
gold?
The zombie appears to be prepared. He puts his kebabs back down, picks up a plank of wood from below the grill, and appears to be reading it over. Uh,
Cherry, we're not here to buy things. We're here to get your brain back.
1 gold
Oh,
is 10 silver,
Uh,
which is
While this is happening, Antler's gonna turn to the bird, who does in fact still have a brain, and just are these vegetable grown brains the only kind that are grown or sold, I suppose?
ah hmm.
Where would one go for actual brains?
Uh, well, this is my first time here at the Bazaarmbie. Uh, I'm honestly not sure. I was just looking for a gift to give a dear friend of mine. Uh, so I don't
So
know
in
where
other
one would
words,
go.
you're useless.
Oh, I don't know. If you need something hit, I'm pretty useful.
I have a question. Does Seeker overhear this conversation?
How deeply are you into bickering with Cherry and the zombie vendor?
I mean, in the perspective here, Cherry is sitting on top of Seeker while this bantering going on is happening, and she's fumbling about trying to get one entire piece of gold out from her pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Seeker is trying to stop her, but it may be a lost cause.
Okay.
Antler's not too far behind them, and he's not trying to be quiet.
Okay. Uh, bit of a toss up there then. Roll me a d20, just like a straight d20.
Okay. 2.
Oh no.
Cherry, it's pretty distracting. It's very distracting.
Seeker, come on, you gotta let me do this. You got it.
Cherry,
I
Cherry,
swear we're
maybe
gonna get more information from
The
this.
zombie
Let
vendor
me
has
move
started
in,
to
and it'll be
load.
wonderful.
Has started to wrap several of the 100 of these kebabs up in this paper in preparation for a transaction of 1 gold.
Cherry,
Oh,
Cherry,
this is
we're not
wonderful.
buying things. We can buy some later. This is not the time right now.
But maybe
This is
people tell me what's going on here.
Cherry, please. This
Okay,
is not the
how many
time.
was that again?
No,
100
Cherry,
and
we're not buying anything. Cherry,
Okay. Are there any other stalls nearby? That was a dirty 20 in perception.
Okay. Yeah, there are
Preferably with
stalls.
someone who's not just a zombie, maybe
Mhm.
a skeleton, maybe someone who can, have a coherent thought and conversation.
Yeah, there is a. It looks like it looks like a small flea market stall. There's a bit of everything, and there appears to be a rather bored-looking vampire sitting behind the the counter, just kind of waiting for customers.
Wonderful. Antler's going to give the one other person who's not currently distracted by brains. He's going to give them a tap and nod towards the stall before walking over there himself.
I assume that means Nebula.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I was blanked out. Can you repeat that?
Antler's given you has given you a tap with his staff and gestured you to follow him while he goes to the stall with the vampire.
Okay.
He's just like, oh, okay, and blindly follows.
The vampire perks up a little bit as you two approach. Hello. We are having a sale today. If you buy 1 bit of useless junk, you can get another piece free.
And what if I'm looking for something less tangible?
We have assorted vapors available, and starts taking out like a bottle of a tray of bottles with like little bits of mist floating around inside.
Antler shakes his head, and he's gonna reach into his robe, pulls out 1 gold coin, and puts it on the table. Goes, I'm in the market for a brain.
Brain. Well, you do know they're to eat or for something else?
Antler reaches inside his robe and puts another gold on the table and just looks at the vampire.
The vampire eyebrows rise and just puts 2 fingers on the gold and gently pulls them towards it. What do you want to know?
Where?
The best place to go would be the Brain Food restaurant. It's a little down the lane, and you'll want to take a left at the end, and then continue down about 5 stalls.
Would you? Antler is going to put 1 more gold on the table if you would be so kind as to write that down.
Of course. Gets out a bit of parchment that looks a little bit like skin of some kind, and a quill, dips it into thing and just writes it down in a very flourishy hand, and then hands it over while taking the last piece of gold. Nice doing
Antler,
business.
Antler gives a polite nod, looks over the directions, and we'll start going following the directions. He's not gonna wait for the other 2.
Nebula?
I think
Nebula does look back at the other two and is like, shouldn't we get them too?
If you wish to bring them with us, then by all
Alright.
means. But Antler's not gonna stop.
Okay.
He's gonna
Ah.
he's gonna I think how I guess they're very invested in this. I don't know if waving would get their attention.
Seeker's
listen,
about
Carrie can never say no to a wink, and if it's in her view,
Mm-hmm.
then yes.
Yeah,
Neat.
he's gonna wave. Maybe do a perception
look.
check.
Seeker's about to leave this stall before Cherry can apparently buy 100 of these kebabs. Seeker is ready to just fucking go, man.
Can
I
I at
say-
least get
yeah.
one, Seeker, please? Just one, at least one.
No, we're
I
not
don't mind
buying any
getting
of these.
the kind zombie man. more,
Sample.
Yeah, I'll take a sample. I'll take a sample. I'll take
No,
a sample.
no,
You
don't
like
do
whole
that.
kind,
Okay,
you can keep them. You can
A
keep the green.
single kebab with 3 slices of
No.
these nicely caramelized bits of vegan brain on them. Smells really good. Is handed over to Cherry.
Thank you.
Oh, are you gonna eat any?
I will make it this last. It's gonna be very good. Thank you for your contribution, and I
Cherry.
do flick you one gold coin because you have been
Cherry.
a wonderful servant.
Oh,
Okay, now we need to get going because my friend
thank
is wanting
you.
to do something.
And then like
Yeah.
the zombie like lifts is like very slowly wrapping like these 100 kebabs because he thinks you're buying them, and then like just like lifts
Nope,
them over the counter in
No,
Cherry's
all right,
direction.
goodbye, good day. And Seeker is bolting with Cherry on. No thanks, no thanks.
Like I keep almost saying her name because nobody's asked what her name is. But the bird, notices everybody running away. Is like looks back to the zombie holding out this package oh so patiently. Is like I'll just take that for them, and like puts it under one wing and runs after.
Cherry's just gonna like, hold on. Do we hear the bird running behind us?
Yeah.
Okay, so Cherry's gonna turn around and give a really big smile and a thumbs up at this bird.
The bird returns a thumbs up with the one where with the wing where the package is under, and then has to fumble and catch it as it almost falls, and then gives the thumbs up with the other hand.
Can Seeker like run into Nebula at this point?
Probably, yeah.
Oh my
Do
god.
it. Do it.
Yeah.
Wrong.
See, Nebula, you were
Can we
waving
do the
at them.
toon pile up? Can we do the toon pile up behind Antler?
Oh my
I mean,
god.
Antler has not stopped walking, so.
Yeah, but now everybody's like at a run behind him.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
What do I need to roll? Because Antler is a bag of bones.
Probably a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Another D20.
A 13.
13.
Okay. Let's see. D. Let's see. I've forgotten. Yeah, we'll say that's just enough. You feel the weight of the toons piling up behind you, and you're just able to turn out of the radius. So I believe it's Nebula gets flattened to the ground, followed by Chariot Seeker, followed by the Bird Toon, with a sound much like a broken accordion.
I am so sorry. I am terribly sorry. And
That was
Seeker.
cool. Can we do that again?
No, we are not doing that again.
Oh.
This real kind man very quickly gets out of this pile. I'm
Oh.
so sorry.
Oh, terribly sorry. And the bird helps, offers a hand to Nebula to help him back to his feet.
Yeah, he takes it. Just thank you.
Well,
shaking his arms out.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't think I've been following everything quite well. Where are we going now? We have kebabs.
We have to. Cherry jumps up excitedly, with much gusto despite everything. which is probably not 100% the greatest out of her.
Mhm.
What?
Because,
Well, I saw
no
the
brain.
firework come from near that
And
stall,
she
but I
just-
don't.
I
have
So
am.
we are following Mr. Skeleton Man because Mr. Skeleton Man seems to be onto something. Why
We
we
found
don't have a brain?
directions.
Apparently, a lot of people don't have brains. Did you know that you could sneeze your own brain out?
Oh, well, I didn't know until today.
Also, oh, sorry, and also introductions. My my name is Jerry.
Oh, delighted to meet you. My name's Sally Forth.
Well, that's a pleasure to meet you. That's a lovely name.
Oh, why,
And
thank you.
she's just going to vigorously give like shaking her hand.
Mhm. Yes, Sally returns it. The kebabs nearly drop again.
Oh my
are we
gosh,
doing
let me
introductions?
take some of those from you.
Oh, yes, here you are. You paid for them, after all.
I'll just shove this into my hammer space.
Hmm.
Uh,
Well, actually, I was
hold
thinking,
on.
the tall one. He seems rather grumpy. Do you think it's because he's hungry?
Oh,
I do not
Skeleton
eat.
Man is hungry.
And if you are done wasting time, and he holds up the paper question mark of directions.
Mm-hmm.
He holds that up for them to see. I am going to follow this lead to where some actual brains might be.
Okay.
So if you don't
Well, that
mind,
sounds like a wonderful plan, and I
Alright.
will follow you.
Absolutely.
wonderful.
Could I have some of the kebabs real quick? This said to
Yeah,
Cherry. Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna try to sample that.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Go. You paid for them,
Cherry-
after all. Get them while they're hot.
You should, Seeker. Have you ever tried any of these? You should probably try one. I mean, they're vegan brains. They're not like real brains.
No, no, thank you. No, thank you, Sunday.
Well, more for me then.
Please don't eat them.
What was that roll for
So
arrows?
that was a wisdom. That was a wisdom save to see if he could resist. And he cannot resist. He
They
definitely wants
smell wonderful. Does,
Ned.
does Cherry
Actually,
give
what is your
Nebula one?
name?
What was that?
We will have plenty for the big skeleton man.
Oh, absolutely. All right. For those who are eating, you like they're very tasty. They're kind of barbecued, a little bit of an odd texture, but you find that you kind of like it actually. Kind of makes you want more. But your
Oh,
head
boy.
clears
Well, good thing I
for a
brought a
bit.
lot,
Like
huh?
the fuzzy feeling that you've had in your head kind of clears up for a little bit, and well, it's much easier to think.
Mmm. Mr. Skeleton Man,
oh,
I
I
really
like that.
suggest you try one of these. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty good right now.
I do not eat. It will
Well, have you
literally,
tried?
it will
Have you tried
literally
these?
go through me.
Hmm.
Oh,
I don't.
wait,
Well,
wait.
that hasn't stopped this skeleton up here. So,
I think.
you know.
If I understand things correctly, let's see. No, I don't think I understand things. But maybe you wouldn't be so grumpy if you had something to eat.
You aren't you when you're hungry, Mr. Skeleton.
Absolutely.
Roll persuasion.
I think.
I will gladly roll persuasion.
Okay, you can do so with advantage, as there is our number voices assisting with the persuasion.
Okay. Persuasion.
Seeker
Okay.
Seeker looks kind of distraught because this whole entire situation is very suspicious, and y'all are just eating it. What?
They don't have brains.
16. You think that's enough?
I wave the skewer in front of the skeleton man. Come on. Just one bite.
What should I make to contest?
Um.
Because he does want to fight this.
Okay. I would say
I'm being honest.
probably
about
a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. What's your whiz save? That's what your whiz save is. I'm so glad it's not an intelligence save. 11. Oh, no.
Not quite
Okay.
enough. I would say that Antler, probably something that you've noticed that tips the scale in favor of trying this is that after eating this, probably not Cherry, but Nebula. Look in their eyes. Look in his eyes when he ate it. It kind of cleared. He seemed a bit more lucid after eating it.
Antler gives a suspicious look at that, but he has no brain to think enough. If he had his brain, he would think this is a terrible idea. This is obviously not going to be good for him, but
Hmm.
his brain is not there to tell him.
Yep.
So he sighs and he takes one piece off the squishes it a little bit and looks at it.
Like
And
Don't
then he
take it. Just eat it.
I imagine, like
I mean,
the rest of the
people
party
have
just
limited.
staring at him expectantly.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think he actually
Yeah.
notices that he's being stared at and just what?
Well, are you going to
No,
eat it?
no, no. Go on, go on, go on.
This is going to go right through. This is ridiculous. And he opens up, and yeah, he opens up his jaw and just, I guess, just puts the piece in. He is still a skeleton, so I don't know how this look.
Hmm.
It just drops in, and like you can't see it after it goes through the hood.
Hmm. But you feel kind of like a warming sensation from within where the kebab passed, and to your surprise, nothing lands on the street below you. Instead, you feel your thoughts clearing, and at least for now, your intelligence seems to be restored.
Brains.
Yes. So, at least for the moment, possibly, it looks like your intelligence has returned to you. Whatever that might have been before you sneezed your brains out.
Yeah, Antler's gonna give a look at the kebab, then back towards the stall, and just shake his head and just keep walking.
Okay.
Am I
He'll think on it. And since he's able to think now, he'll think on it as he.
Okay.
am I not
Let's.
the only one who finds this okay? All right, this is fine.
It's
Let's
okay,
go. Let's
Princess.
go.
It's okay. You're doing great.
To
I
be
don't
fair, I
understand
can think
tunes.
now.
It's okay. You don't have
Mhm.
to understand.
Yeah. So,
You are gonna have so much time for me to explain it to you later.
It is some comfort that they're able to mass produce brains for the zombie population. That certainly makes zombie outbreaks less of a problem
mhm.
now.
And as you looked back at the
Oh, that's
stall, you
lovely.
see that it does receive a good bit of custom from the zombies passing by.
Is there more people who are green going to that stall?
Um, Perception check.
I'm so sus of this stall. Breaks. It's a
Hmm.
3.
It is
I am
difficult to tell.
12.
12. Okay.
Antler did look back at it.
Hmm. It is difficult to suss out whether or not the zombies visiting the stall were created as zombies, started their life as toon zombies, or whether or not they were changed it into it afterwards. Just the sheer variety of like sizes and shapes toons come in. It's difficult to tell. Was that always a cat zombie, or was it an unfortunate cat that sneezed their brains out? You don't know. It's difficult to tell. But as you're continuing down the boulevard, after, if you're paying attention to the time, I would say that after about a minute, you find your thoughts kind of getting fuzzy again. And that hunger starts to pick up a little bit.
Hmm.
Hmm. Is it just me, or do I need another one of those kebabs? I
No.
got plenty in my hand space if anybody needs them.
I think at like just before I want to make an argument that just before his intelligence starts to dwindle because Antler has been thinking about it.
Hmm.
Can I make an intelligence check with my modifier to see? Antler wants to think of basically these brains and whether the hunger is just from having no brains or a side effect of eating the kebab.
Okay, go ahead and roll an intelligence check. You can do so with your original modifier.
Yeah.
Seeker just thinks this is a scam.
Eight.
Two.
Eight?
Oof. Ah.
Even with my modifier.
I mean,
Ooh.
undeath is not something that I don't think it's something that Antler chose. I think it was something that was thrust upon him. Um, so I don't know if he's
Well, the second time around, yeah.
okay. Um, so this is all fairly new. You're not certain if it's just due to some overarching magical effect or if it's an effect that from sneezing your brains out. The only thing that you've noticed is that as time goes on, while eating the brain seemed to have sated the hunger for a short while, very short while, about a minute, for, mechanical purposes. Uh, Once when the hunger came back, it seemed to be a little stronger than before. So unfortunately, I can't really give you all that much for an 8.
But it is stronger.
It is a little stronger. You do notice that it does feel a little stronger after having eaten it. You don't know if that's because of the brains or if it's just part of a zombification process.
Well, Antler's gonna turn. Probably see. I imagine Cherry's probably gonna go for a bite.
Oh yeah. She's already pulled one out. She's that close
Yeah,
to biting into it.
yeah. Before she does, Antler raises his staff and knocks it out of her hand.
Oh, okay.
Mr.
Roll
Skeleton
to
Man
attack
wasn't
the
very nice.
kebab, please.
I'm gonna roll to. Okay.
Roll to hit the kebab. Unless
Okay.
Cherry's
Oh my God.
allowing it.
Glad
Oh
I
yeah, no,
have the
go ahead.
staff.
Go ahead. Try to whap it out
Gla-
of her hand.
okay, glad I have this. Glad I have the staff stuff here already.
A
19.
19.
I
Oh,
think. I
yeah.
think that hit.
Yeah. Definitely with the last bit of your intelligence there before everything goes a little fuzzy again. Um, you definitely knock the kebab out of Cherry's hand.
Mr. Skeleton Man, that was incredibly rude.
Tell me, are you hungrier than before?
You probably would feel a little hungrier.
Just a bit more.
And tell me, do you think that is effective or the lack of brain? Either way, I'm not keen in finding out if it's because of those. And he points at the bag of kebabs.
I mean, if it helps. I mean, it's a little better than trying to think without your stomach full. Even if you don't technically have a stomach.
I I would advise on the side of I would advise caution.
Hmm.
Ah.
That's pretty good for the -3.
What was that roll for arrows?
That was for seeing like if
My
Nebula could connect
internet.
the dots with
I
what
missed what was said.
Antler is saying.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
That's basically to see if Nebula could connect the dots for what Antler is saying and like why this is probably bad.
Okay. I'd say you could suss it out with that.
Right.
If you want to try and figure it out for yourself, I'd say roll me an Arcana check or
What's
medicine.
that? He's better with Arcana. What's that based in? Like, I don't know. Is that based in intelligence or is it?
Arcana is intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where medicine is more wisdom.
Alright. He's proficient in Arcana.
Okay, yeah. So this would be after the intelligence reverted to the -4.
He's -3.
-3, sorry.
But so that'd be a +2 then? It's +5 right now.
Yeah, so if you have a +2 proficiency, it would just be a -1 to the roll.
Okay, so well, yeah, it's +5 right now. Well, it's +5 before the intelligence thing, so it's +2 now.
Okay.
17.
17. Okay. With that roll, from your observations of your surroundings, you notice like the other zombies that are eating at that stall, when they do eat, their eyes, similar to like how after you ate, kind of cleared up. They seem to move with a bit more purpose, a little less shambling. Um, but after, for those that you watch one individual, and after about a minute, the shambling does come back, but they don't seem hungrier to you. Uh, at least from what you've been able to see, you think you think it's not related to eating the brains that caused your hunger to become greater. You think it's more has to do with the process of zombification.
Alright.
That's your take from it. Which is
I don't think we should eat more. It's
But I mean, they're really tasty though.
it's just going to get worse. I think it's the
These
I
were
don't
made for zombies, and and from what I can tell, are any of you zombies?
You know, Antler says that, and you can see a gear pop up above Cherry's head, and she's trying her best to think.
hmm.
And it takes her
Cherry?
an incredibly long time until she goes,
Sunday.
"Oh, you got a point there. You got a point
Antler's
there. I
gonna
don't know if I'm a zombie or not."
Antler's gonna look at Seeker and just give Seeker a look.
What sort of look? Is it like an exasperated look?
It's a look of I'm not gonna tell you I'm not gonna ask you to, but it's also a make sure she doesn't eat anymore.
Uh,
Because you seem the responsible one out of the two.
Seeker. Seeker looks. He looks. He has a very like kind of. I don't know how to describe it. He's wearing sunglasses, so it's really just his eyebrows, but they're in that like very like worried state because he has no idea what the fuck is going on with you guys. This entire conversation, he kind of blinked for a moment thinking about how can one skeleton eat and the other not, and then he zoned back in.
You know, during all of this, Cherry goes, "Oh, maybe just one more try.
No,
It can't be
no,
that bad, right?"
uh,
And she goes to start leaning in for a bite.
no,
Roll
Someone take the bag from
sleight of
her.
hand. Like, let's have some contesting sleight of hand checks.
oh god. I was just gonna pick
So I
Cherry
have to
up.
roll sleight of hand as well.
I was just gonna pick Cherry up. I'm not
Okay,
gonna lie.
okay, athletics then for a grapple.
Athletics.
It's athletics for
So
grapple? I
what
thought
do
it
I
was
have
strength.
to roll? What
It's
do I have to roll? Sorry, internet crapped
it's
out.
Oh wait, athletics is strength. Okay,
yeah,
never mind.
athletics,
Athletics?
or yeah. You could.
That's a 6.
Seeker is attempting to grapple you, Cherry. You can roll either a contested athletics or acrobatics to try and contest the grapple check. Yeah, I'd say that
I'll
does
use
it.
athletics. And
No, Cherry? Cherry? No, do not.
Does Cherry eat the vegan brain?
Cherry, please.
yes, Sika,
Does she eat it?
Sika, please, what?
I,
She's gonna try.
Okay, I mean,
Okay,
yeah,
can I try-
Despite this very
you succeeded in
highly,
the acrobatics
enhanced
check.
Okay. Can I try sleight of hand to
Go.
try and get it away from her?
Okay, perception check from Cherry, sleight of hand from Nebula.
Wait, perception check for me?
Yeah, to see if you can see if what
Okay,
Nebula's doing.
perception. Let's see. What's her perception?
Ooh,
oh god,
nat
that's
one!
a nut!
Oh my
Oh, nat one. Ow.
He
And
just
her
kind of
imagining
stumbles
it.
and falls on his face as he tries.
Yeah,
I'm gonna lose it if she does a minus. I swear.
a 19.
19.
No. Yeah, you saw the attempt, but Nebula apparently tripped, poked his hand on the end of the kebab stick, and fell onto the ground. Poor guy. You are
And your face
free.
Take the
bombs.
bite so casually.
Cherry!
All right.
Yeah, what's up?
Cherry, you should not eat more of those.
Are you sure about that? Because I mean, they seem really, really good.
They may seem good, but it's probably not going to be good for you in the future.
Cherry, listen.
You are not a
It,
born
it
zombie.
doesn't.
They will give you heart conditions.
Mm.
Listen, it only takes a minute before it fades, and then it gets stronger, which means it's not going to take long before it becomes insatiable.
And
It's
that's
not
gonna
good.
affect my heart.
Yes, Seeker is lying. He has no idea what actually happens with these.
Oh
It's
my
not
gosh.
going to be good for you or anyone else.
Chances
And
are
that's gonna affect my heart?
Yes,
chances are
it'll grow
it
all
will
moldy and it'll be ugly.
it
Oh,
will quicken the
I don't
pace
think
of
I
your
like that idea.
zombification.
Okay, okay.
Good, good.
She slowly puts away the meat.
Sally's just watching all this, slowly eating one kebab herself.
Oh no!
Antler
Wait, I don't know
Antler
Sally's name.
gives her a look.
You don't eat
What
those
kind of
either.
look?
You don't want.
I
Do
mean,
not,
The
do
kind of
not eat it.
stop.
she notices Antler's look
My
and then
avian friend.
and holds the kebab out to him, thinking that he wants some.
He grabs the whole kebab and drops it on the ground. We are wasting time here.
Well, you just
Let us
wasted a good kebab, though. I mean, I'm
Shut
not gonna
up.
eat any more of them, but you can't just keep wasting.
How is it that the new Iquel is still filled with idiots? And Antler whispers that under his breath as he turns and continues following the directions given to him. He just wants his brain back. He wants
Aw.
this to end.
Okay. All right. Everybody following?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
God.
Okay.
God.
I will say that as you approach the end of the lane towards that left turn that the vampire told you about, those who lost their brains suddenly feel, I don't know, like a tug. Mm, it's not like a physical tug. It's like just a feeling that there's something over to the left that you need to go towards.
Hold your horses. I feel like we need to go to the left.
Hmm. For once, I'm in agreement with you.
Well, I'm glad we're on the same page.
Frankly, I'm not sure we're even on the same book.
I don't know. I really like the book about those horses. You know the horses. You know, like over in the Giblian area. They're really great.
Antler's just gonna start walking to the left.
Cherry's gonna try to follow up and go, well, what's your favorite book?
Not one that you would know.
Oh, maybe
Well,
maybe
give
I
me the
know it.
hint.
What is it?
You wouldn't know it.
Oh.
Oh, try me.
Hmm.
Sure. And Seeker has taken up the side. He's interested in what this book is now.
You're back at -4 to your modifier for int. Does Antler even remember what his favorite book is?
I'm a negative what?
You're at -4 for your int -3 for your int modifier. Excuse me.
Okay.
Does-
Quite frank. Honestly, the words are probably escaping him at the moment, but he also knows it's a book back from his time, which he knows that the book doesn't exist anymore. So
Aw.
you would not
Well, that's too
know it.
sad.
Are you sure? I know some quite far-fetched stories.
You would not know
Seeker
it.
knows a lot of really good stories. He's told me
Can
some of them.
can we change the subject?
I think he doesn't want to talk about it.
Hmm.
We should leave
Okay.
it be. Thank you.
Antler, just as an aside note, could you roll a perception roll for me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Perception. 15.
Yeah, I think that would be enough. Um, you've been in the Bazaarmbie for a little bit now, and you knew that it was built in the ruins of a larger building, but as you've been walking through, even with your intelligence lowered as it has been, you do notice that the make of the stones around you from the ruins of the building just have been kind of assembled into or been repurposed, but you can still tell like a little bit of like how the building was when it was originally set up. And it seems familiar to you. Not so much that perhaps you were here, just that the architecture seems like maybe it was pre-erasure.
I'm gonna roll history.
Go ahead.
Oh wait, that's right. I had.
Yeah.
God damn it. Well, at least it says proficiency, so it's just a regular D20.
Yep.
I'm just gonna hit enter, and I'm not gonna look.
Oof. That's a 3, my friend.
Ah!
Mm. The make.
You know what? You know what? He recognized.
Yes.
He recognizes the pre-erasure. That's enough.
Yeah. Just a note for later. You did say I could bully you. You did say I could bully Antler.
Did. But you know what?
Hmm.
If he can't figure it out on his own. Do any of you know what this place was before it became a place for zombie?
Can I try?
Yeah.
Can I try to think my brain up?
History.
I
I
have
have
no
to let
Anybody
you
who
know,
would like
I have
to
a
try
very good
roll history? 11.
Or I did have a.
Damn it! My modifier. It's an 11.
That's oof. That's
Was it
that's
history?
unfortunately low roll. Yeah, history. Oh.
Okay. I got a
Okay.
15.
Yeah, I mean that's not bad. Okay. Oh, yep. Sally has no idea. That's a nat one. Sally is at the back of the thing with her eyeballs just slowly drifting apart from each other. She's checked out. As for Cherry, interestingly enough, perhaps I don't know. Perhaps this was like a bedtime story they told in the desert, 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 desert.
In the Candy Calliope is the
Yeah.
specific kingdom he's from.
Candy Calliope. Perhaps it was like a tale, but probably twisted a bit. But you recall that most folk tales would say tales about how when Toons first arrived on Einquill, there were already buildings and maybe a few real kind, but that the buildings, most of the Toons didn't like to go around the buildings for whatever reason. And they're considered like cursed or haunted places. And perhaps if this used to be a cursed place, maybe that's what attracted the undead.
So Cherry basically relays all of that because I can't remember it all on my own.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
fair.
goes,
That's fair.
oh yeah, and there was something about candy canes and peppermints too. But I don't remember much on that part. It's been a long time since I've heard about that.
Antler just looks at the familiar stone for a moment, and there's a look on his face. And then he shakes his head and continues forward. That's not important right now.
Yeah. Okay. As you continue down the lanes, following the directions, you notice a hubbub up ahead. Like the line in front of Makiko is dwarfed by the line in front of this shop, and as you get closer, you can indeed see that it is apparently the Brain Food Restaurant. Zombies in their hundreds are waiting in line to get into this restaurant. Um, and you can see that several of them are holding like fairly hefty bags full of coin. Apparently, the entry fee to get in. Yeah, this place seems to be doing a hopping trade.
Cool.
Ooh.
What's the
Just
lighting?
On a
How
rating
to get
1 to
in?
10, how. Oh, sorry,
What's
go ahead.
what's the lighting situation here?
The lighting situation, you have those canopies up above. They're filtering in the sunlight, so it's fairly dim. And around you, there are several like lanterns that are lit. It's a probably orangish yellow light currently. Uh,
Cool.
yeah.
Cool.
Hey,
Cool.
Bray.
Yes.
Breaks
Cool.
on a rating of 1 to 10. How fancy is this place?
It is a solid 9, my dude.
Terry is absolutely delighted.
Hmm.
Well, uh, Antler's gonna do a thing.
Okay, please do a thing.
Usually, the thing that would keep him from doing this thing is not currently within his skull. So I can do this without actual limitation
Yay!
because he won't think twice about it. So Antler is going to cast Prestidigitation, and with Prestidigitation, you instantly out candle torch or campfire, which I would think a lantern counts because
Yeah,
it's got
absolutely.
candles
Yeah,
in them.
absolutely.
Yeah, so basically, he's with a whoosh, all the lanterns go dark, and he is walking with a purpose towards the front door. Green light emanates from from sockets in pure rage, electricity sparking from his staff. He is walking forward and he is not stopping, and anyone in front of him better get out of his way.
Hot dang. Please take inspiration for that one. All right.
Oh my god.
Please roll intimidation.
Cool.
With
Just watch as it's gonna be bad, and I'm gonna have to use inspiration on it, which I will if this fails.
Hey,
22!
22! Oof.
I'll save that inspiration then.
Okay. The crowd of zombies suddenly plunged into darkness, but as their eyes are adjusting, because zombies do have dark vision, what they do see is a full-on lich lit in green fire approaching them. And one of the cultural things about the undead is that while you might recall a few months back that a certain movie shoot was overrun by zombies, and the citizens of Toontown at that time had a blast defeating the zombies. There is the distinction between the undead that are allowed to live and the undead that are generally dispatched are whether or not they are controlled by a malevolent force, whether they have free will to act on their own. And liches generally come with a reputation. So, upon seeing this green fire limed lich approaching, the zombies book it. Like there are groans of terror, and zombies have a walking speed of 20 feet, so they're dashing at 40 feet away from you as fast as they can go. The entrance to brain food, is cleared out.
Cool. Antler's gonna go inside. Again, he's not
Is
stopping.
Yeah.
well, it seems the
is
line
there
is
a
cleared
really
up.
silly thing I could say?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Nebula's just like stunned. Like,
Mm.
wow.
Can I just say that Cherry is just proudly marching just a whiles behind Taylor. She doesn't notice anything.
Absolutely. I'd say Sally's just probably gathers her eyeballs back in and goes along with. All right.
I am so glad that worked.
Yee. All
But
right.
yeah, Antler marches in. He's gonna take a look around the place.
Okay. And it is a solid. It's done up to the nines. It's in this beautiful dark kind of coloration, dark purples, dark pewter, dark leather. Everything's very clean, kind of modern lines. It seems very incongruous with the chaos outside. Um, but there is a maitre d' who is currently cowering behind a little podium where he usually accepts, the patrons of the restaurant. Uh, you can he's just kind of hiding back there. The restaurant goers themselves are have all turned to look at you, and it's just kind of dead silence at the moment inside the restaurant.
Antler's gonna look down at this at this maitre d'. The green glow of his eye socket boring down on this poor person, and yeah, with a growl, he's gonna. I am going to ask you a few questions, and depending how you answer, you can leave in one piece. Is that clear?
Too terrified to speak, the maitre d' just nods.
Where do you keep your storage of brains?
One skeletal hand flings out towards the back, where you presume the kitchens would be located.
Hmm. Get out of my sight. And Antler's gonna go towards the kitchen.
Okay. The guy scrambles out the door past the party.
By the way, Seeker is like right behind Antler.
Okay, yeah. And the
He's
same
tailing
fear
with very
afforded
intimidating man.
the same fear afforded the lich is afforded you as well, his companions.
Seeker gives a kind smile
Aw. The guy gives
that could be taken ominously due to the presence here.
Mm. Yeah, you have everybody's undivided attention as you walk through. Like the people in the booth like lean back, but as soon as like the party has passed, you can hear like the rustle of them leaving and running out of the restaurant behind you. As for the kitchen, it's through like one of those swinging doors, just as nicely decked out as everything else. The kitchen itself is still in a bit of a cacophony, as you might not have guessed. The cooks are badass. They have to deal with fire, and since this is Undead, they don't like fire so much. So generally, the undead that run a kitchen, pretty pretty bomb proof, shall we say? And they just
Alright.
continue cooking on. And you can see that as they're preparing that the well, actually, how about a perception check?
Alright.
Right?
11,
Is everybody
Oof.
doing a perception check?
Yeah,
Six.
anybody who would like to take a look around.
Antler's in a bit of a is in probably a bit of a miffed mindset at the moment.
Yeah,
So
a blind rage, you could say.
yeah, he's kind of just like
Standing,
he's-
standing
honestly,
there,
he's-
burning
Nebula
and
is not
responding.
processing anything.
Oof.
honestly he's much more likely just to look at the first chef he makes eye contact with is probably the person he'll demand to know where the brains are.
This guy's currently in doing the what's it? Chopping up like ingredients like vegetables. There are brains on the table as well, dicing them into cubes. Doesn't really look at you. What did you ask again? Or demanded to know? What specifically did you ask them?
Where is the brain storage?
Glances over you, looks back to the thing, does a double take, looks up and down. Is like, I'm not paying nothing to deal with that. You want to go? Brain storage is going to be through that door down the stairs.
Cool. I'm gonna say with that 6, he does not check to see if any the brains that are probably on the kitchen counters.
Yeah, I would also say that
But
as soon as you
he's
entered the
assuming.
building, that tug that you've been feeling that was taking you to brain food gets a lot stronger, and it does seem to be
Cool.
correspond with where the cook is pointing.
Cool. That's encouraging. He's gonna follow the tug and follow the directions.
Okay.
Yeah.
On a mission.
Mm-hmm. Pulling, I assume, the rest of the party in wake. Does anybody else want to do something while they're in the kitchen?
No, he is very much just following.
Okay.
Cherry's gonna go up to one of the chefs and pulls out one of those kebabs and goes, "Have you tried one of these before?"
No.
Like, the chef turns, takes it. Rustic. Not bad. And takes one off, chews it. Could go a little easier on the barbecue sauce, though.
Oh yeah, that's a really good point.
Mm.
That's the thing that was throwing me off.
Yeah. But, not bad. I think this is from that, vegan brain place, a few, lanes down?
Yeah, I went over
Yeah,
there.
they do a brisk trade. Yeah, they're not bad. We source some of our vegan
Really
brains
good.
from them as well. They got a
Oh.
orchard, outside of Happiest Place.
Oh, I'm gonna have to
Just
take
like,
note of that somewhere.
mhm. And then like it's like, okay, I gotta get ready for the dinner rush. Actually,
Oh,
like,
of course, don't let me stop you.
yeah, thanks. Then gets back to work. The door that you're in front of, uh, well, it's probably the first thing you can't intimidate your way through because there's a lock on this door.
All right. Let me just check through.
Hmm.
Thinking.
Can
You
Cherry
know
try
Oh,
to
wait
yank?
a minute!
Is
Wait a minute!
wait,
I do have something for this.
Oh!
what?
Oh,
I have a skeleton key.
Okay, please tell me how that works.
Oh, hold on. Let me pull it up. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so happy I got this. Oh, I put it here somewhere. Where the frick did I put it? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, give me like 2 seconds.
I gotcha.
Oh, where did I put you? Where did I put you?
Seeker, what do you make of like this Toonkind kitchen?
uh, probably he like paused like in the middle of the kitchen and got a little sidetracked. He ended up shadowing one of the one of the cooks
Mhm. I think the
just
cook
for a little while.
I think the cook was like actually kind of got into it himself. It was like showing Seeker how to safely cut vegetables.
Okay,
Seeker
okay.
Yes.
Seeker was nodding sagely the
Hmm.
entire time.
Very nice. Okay.
Oh, I'm so happy I bought this. I finally get to use it. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay. Uh, uh, the skeletal remains of a key. As an action, you can roll a DC 15 persuasion check to try and get the key to help you. On a success, the key agrees to open a single non-magical lock that could feasibly be opened by a key. On a failure, the key refuses to help you for the rest of the day. Once a roll has been made for a specific lock, you cannot make a roll for that lock again on the same day. Being fragile, can only be open 3 locks before crumbling, but I have not used it yet. This is the
Nice.
first time.
Okay, persuade that key.
Ah, I'm so
I can't
happy.
believe it.
God, yeah, Antler reaches into his robe, pulls this key out. And you know what? I don't think he even really like says anything. I think he just holds the key to the lock, more like a hey, can you open this? Please. 7. No.
Oh, it's a that
Oh,
one.
crit fail.
No. Oh
Oh
no.
no.
The
He
skeleton
was not
key.
polite.
You have inspiration.
Oh, that's true.
Hmm.
Screw it. I'm on a roll and I want to use it.
Okay. You
I
use
want
your
to use this thing.
okay. Your inspiration. The skeleton key was a bit sleepy, having a good nap, and then like you woke it up and like was like you can see like the little the eye sockets turn down into a frown before the skeleton key actually takes a good look at you, and the eyes like fly back open and like okay, and hastily unlocks the door for you. In the
Awesome. Cool. Gonna slam open the doors because he's dramatic and angry. And through the doors he goes.
and down the set of stairs behind them.
Jay's just gonna pop her head like through the door first before going down, and it's just like that skeleton man is really, really sassy. You ever notice that?
Oh yes, he's got quite an attitude.
He really does.
Yeah.
Got much gusto.
Hmm.
I kind of like it.
I mean, he does have flair. I'll give him credit. The fur
I mean, come
collar's
on,
very nice too.
look at the outfit.
Yes.
Outfit alone.
Hmm. You know, if I wasn't. He seems okay, but if I didn't know better, I would assume he was a villain.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
You
my
would
dear avian
think.
friend, villains is a term of perspective. You see,
Oh,
Oh,
I don't see. What do you mean?
I
anyone could
see,
be the
but I
villain of
don't
your
think.
story, and you're the villain of someone else's story. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes, that
But
does
but
make
but
sense.
Seeker, I'm the folk hero. How does that work?
Your villains are their own heroes. So therefore, You opposing them makes you the villain.
What about Nebula?
Yeah,
Uh,
what about that? Did you say your name?
What?
Is it Nebula?
Oh, I don't
Have
recall
I
if
not
Nebula
known the
introduced
skeleton's name the
himself.
entire time?
I think he was trying to introduce himself when you guys were introducing yourselves, but I
Oh,
don't
no,
know if
I'm
he
so
ever actually
sorry.
succeeded in
I'm
doing
so
it.
sorry if I interrupted you. I'm so
I will make
sorry.
this clear. Seeker never introduced himself and never planned to.
Uh, well, I think Cherry did say Seeker, so anybody
Yeah.
picking
Oh,
up
of
on
course,
that?
I said Pico because I saw him.
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah.
His
Oh,
name
Introduced himself.
yeah. Wait. Yeah. We just know him as Skeleton Guy.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, wait, I don't think I ever caught your name.
Which one?
To Nebula.
Okay. Oh, that's my name's Nebula Rose.
Oh,
Nice to meet you.
what a lovely name. Since
you.
we are,
Chose it myself.
I figured it would be nice to know everybody's name before we venture out down into what looks like a very dark cellar sort of place. Yes. So Sally Forth. I think she said your name was Seeker.
My name is not Seeker. I am called Seeker.
Oh, okay. Call you Seeker. Okay. Very nice to meet you, Seeker. And Sunday.
No, Cherry.
Cherry. Okay.
Only Seeker calls me Sunday. I don't know why he called me Sunday.
Oh, okay.
But you could just say Cherry.
Okay.
It's just my name.
All right.
Like a cherry sundae? Like
You
the
know,
dessert?
I don't
guess
see the
so.
skeleton man down the stairs anymore. I think he's kind of gone ahead. Should we?
I
should
think
go
he
after
kind of
him.
just didn't want to introduce himself, so he
I guess
kinda
not.
went
I
ahead.
mean, we can ask him.
I guess he is Skeleton Man.
He is a skeleton man. Oh wait, no, you mean his name is Skeleton Man, and that's why he responded to it.
Maybe he is Skeleton Man.
Oh, excellent deduction. Oh, I suppose we should follow him though.
We should.
Yes. Okay. And does the group follow Skeleton Man?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In either way.
Okay.
There's audible clicks as Seeker goes down the stairs.
Okay. Antler, since you were the first one to descend the stairs, what you saw before the rest of your party, which you can hear just kind of chatting up above, is it looks to be some sort of underground lab. There are vats of multiple brains around you that you can see along the four corners of the room. And there seems to be some sort of delivery system taking them up to the restaurant above. There are also what you'd expect to see in sort of like a mad scientist's lair. There are beakers and funnels, bubbling liquids, notes in various stages of delay spread across the various surfaces, tables, and you also notice a certain individual just kind of going about his business down below. He probably, if you kicked in the door, he probably was looking at the staircase to see who on earth was disturbing him, but you see this gentleman.
Antler looks at the fella. And more of like a passing over gaze. Well, I have two questions. One's for Antler, one's for me. One, can Antler see his brain anywhere? Two, is there a jar with Abby Normal on it? I need to know this.
You feel, Antler feels a very strong tug towards the, let's see, if you came in on the south side of the room, you feel he feels a very strong tug on the northwest side towards possibly
Cool.
that vat.
Cool. Antler's gonna start.
And
Antler's not even
absolutely,
gonna.
there is a jar labeled Abby Normal
Yes.
with a very large brain in it.
Yeah. I'm very. That makes me happy. But Antler's not even. Antler's gonna make a passing sweep gaze. Not even like actually really. He acknowledges that got the dude's there because there's always a mad scientist in a mad lab. Of course there is. This does not surprise Antler at all. He's seen the genre before. But the tug is leading him to northwest. You said.
Northwest corner, yeah.
Cool. Antler's gonna start walking that way, and he still has the presence of I'm on. If you stop me, I will likely murder you.
Fun. And
So
you
like
see like
the rest
the
of the
guy.
party sees them too.
Okay, at this point, like as Antlers, I'm going to say about halfway across the room before the party gets down to this to the bottom and sees the same thing, and this guy's just looking back to Antler to the party is like, "What's all this then? Who are you? Why are you in here?"
Hello, my
We'd
good
like to
sir.
get our brains back.
Hello, Mr. Doctor, sir. We are here with our friend, who is over there. We're trying to find our brains. Do you know
Your
where
brains.
where they went? I sneezed mine. It's really big.
Oh. Well, you sneeze them. Good to see that the sneezing dust is still working as needed. Where?
Pardon?
Oh yes, the sneeze dust. The stuff that made you sneeze out your brains. I invented it myself.
What?
And as he says that, he's like rummaging through the stuff on the thing, picks up a gun, attaches a hose to the back of it, and he points it in Antler's direction. If you would be so kind as to roll me a dex save.
Okay.
Oh.
4.
No. Okay.
Oh my god.
Ho ho ho.
I'll admit the doctor does not have Antler's attention.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at him, he is focused on getting to his brain.
Uh-huh. Okay. What streams out from the gun is a line of green gunk that, when it hits you, burns in, and it causes 4 points of acid damage. And it coats you, and you can feel like this stinging, like it's starting to eat in at your cloak. No more, no further, please. I've got a business to run, if you don't mind.
And Antler's gonna turn the green glowing eye sockets towards the doctor. And I'm gonna roll intimidation again.
Okay.
10.
10. Okay, let's see. We'll make a wisdom saving throw for the good doctor. 5. And like you see, like the doctor flinch when he realizes that you're a lich. Oh, well, that's not
Think
good.
very carefully of what you do next.
I guess I shall have to. Yeah, let's see.
If you do not mind, I am going to get my brain, and then I will decide what to do with you.
Okay, the doctor turns his back, like backs up to another table and like kind of reaches back to see if he can find something. It doesn't seem to look like he's going to interfere with you, but you can still see that the oh yeah, it has been 2 hours, so
Probably take a break.
yeah, let's
quick.
take a break because we're probably going to
Yeah.
be rolling initiative right after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Alright.
boy.
Is it just 10-minute break?
A 10-minute break, yeah. So everybody,
Alright.
get up, stretch your legs, get some water, get some snacks. We'll be right
Oh
back.
yeah.
Let me pause.
So how do you guys like the game so far?
It is fun.
Oh, I'm having so much fun.
I can't believe you did that intimidation check.
Oh, I'm so
Flawlessly.
glad I'm so glad he was just able to bulldoze through. Made me-
Oh, Abby. I'm glad you like Cherry.
Oh, Cherry's
she's
lovely.
some of that.
She's so stupid,
I
but I love
saw.
her.
I can't believe you drew that bit. I'm like, what? Listen, Cherry's gonna try anything to get at that meat now, cause like, what else are you gonna do with it? She just spent one entire gold. She's not gonna pass up on that.
Yeah, as long as she.
Fable, if
Hmm?
you didn't have the
Oh
skeleton
my
heat,
god.
Nebula probably would have like misty stepped through it, but that would just like take himself.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait,
Oh
no,
my
wait,
God.
never mind. That's only that you can see, so you wouldn't be able to. Never mind.
Oh my god.
So very good for the skeleton key.
Yeah, I'm so glad I bought that. I'm so glad I got that. I could. It's like I was worried I'd never get. Too good not to
God,
get
the
for
way
the
you
skeleton.
reacted with the skeleton key, I was losing it. Oh my god.
Because I was so listen. I got it because I was like
Opportunity.
I was got it like I didn't think I would ever, but I wanted to, and I could, and I was,
And then you did.
and then I did. I used my inspiration that I had just gotten, but you know what?
That was a fantastic
It was worth
usage
it.
It
of
was worth it.
inspiration.
It was worth it.
So worth it.
I love it. I've been doodling this entire time.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm, ho-
Yes.
I'm
I'm gonna show them
hoping-
after the game, but like, oh my god.
Oh, this reminds me. I need to.
Grave
There it
matter.
is.
Oh my god.
DD. Very nice. Getting myself some water.
But like literally, I've been doodling this entire game. It's been a joy.
You definitely have to post those.
Huzzah!
Oh, I will.
Huzzah!
Oh, I'd
Hi,
love
I'm
love
Beck.
to see them.
A lot of it is just purely like Cherry's thoughts and the way that she's looking through it this entire game.
Oh, I'm glad, Abby.
And there's a few of like Antler, and there's the one with Nebula being like, no, don't eat the food, don't.
Abby, the Cherry wrestling with Seeker is a
Hi,
delight.
Abby, I will
I
mention.
love that drawing so much.
I will mention. Seeker is wearing Toonkind clothes.
Oh yeah.
it's
They're
in the-
UPA clothes.
Yeah, UPA clothes.
Yeah, they're UPA clothes. I think I actually got a ref up. Yeah, I got the ref up here too.
Good.
God, Briggs,
Cat
this
hair.
has been such a fun
Yeah.
game.
Oh, I'm glad.
I'm enjoying this
I just
so
love how
much.
it's like literally half the party is like trying to be like logical about it. And the other half is absolute nonsense.
No, chaos.
I feel like it's good though. It's like a good mix of like brain
It
and
is.
no.
It's a healthy mix between being serious and not serious,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to a topic such as zombie.
I feel like Seeker keeps bouncing between the two parties because like he wants to be
Really
logical about this, but he keeps getting distracted by like little things.
No brain. Oh wait, no. Seeker does have brain.
Yeah, Seeker.
Seeker has brain. Do you want to know a secret?
Does Seeker have
Yes?
ADHD brain?
Seeker secret, go.
He has a 7 to wisdom.
Oh, you know, his wisdom is not great.
Oh.
I remember we were
Oh
talking about that.
no. Oh no.
This
Yeah.
man is not very good at that kind of role.
Yeah.
I will be right back.
The only reason I have a +1 or a -1 to everything that's wisdom is because Bard gives me that half
Yeah.
that like that half plus to all skills I don't have proficiency in.
Also, gosh dang it, I just realized I have not been able to use rustic hospitality.
Oh.
Because after the sneezing, I wonder if that could have come to play for Jerry. To be
Well-
like on the zombie side and just be like, hey, friend.
For
You
what
wanna
it's worth,
help us?
the zombie running the vegan kebab stall thought you were very charming.
But, oh. So at least it kind of came into use. I still need to use her rubber duck, though. I want to find a use for that rubber duck. I will find a way to use that rubber duck, believe me.
And I'm so glad you got to use your skeleton key, Fable.
I'm so happy.
It's
Actually,
so
honestly,
thematically perfect.
I was so yeah. It's why I got it. Skeleton key for the skeleton man. Also, I also enjoyed the bit of Antler paying the vampire.
Oh my god. I just love how
I
he
just enjoy.
slowly slides them over.
Oh god.
Just
I'm also
one
thinking
gold
about
for information, another for no questions.
there was before the game we were listening to Cherry's playlist in the other chat.
Uh-huh.
And there's a song called Skeleton Man.
Oh my god.
Yes, perfect.
It's canon
Oh
now.
my god.
Listen, Cherry and Seeker can sing together. They can sing about Skeleton Man. And then Nebula's gonna crash in and go, his name isn't Skeleton Man. And we're still gonna call him Skeleton
Skeleton Man.
All right. Okay, Arrows isn't returned yet, so
Man. Yeah, we got
Okay.
a few minutes, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
God,
God,
I
I
now
love all
have
your
20
characters
Oh,
so
gold because
man.
I
much.
bought a neat looking ring.
By the hand.
A neat looking ring, yeah.
Nebula will
Look.
get like 5 gold from his background. That is what he has.
Oh my goodness.
I will let you know that I've had the Curse of Strahd Gothic trinket list up this entire time in hopes that one of you would like mosey through the stall.
Excellent.
Nice.
Excellent.
I got a neat looking ring.
Yeah.
Harry got a whole bunch of meat.
Yeah, a whole bunch of
Cubes.
meat.
Meat cubes. For 1 gold. That is a bargain.
Yeah.
A bargain. You know how much usage she will get out of that? And you know what's funny? She still has 118 gold left. The majority of that gold she got from the hecking Mirror Man from before. From like one of her previous adventures. She hecking like blackmailed the man to get the money. And it's like, Cherry, you are a hero. What are you
I don't want to say how much gold Antler has. Let's just say he of it to pay that ban.
Antler, are you broke? Do you
He
need a
has
lending
her.
hand? Do you need to open up a coffee?
Listen, most of his gold is at his castle. Uh, is at his castle in Ruindal, and he now only has 1 gold in his pocket. He did not come here in with the interest of buying something.
Maybe except one
It's
thing.
okay, Antler. Cherry will buy something for you. If you're kind enough.
He. Oh, welcome back,
Uh,
Arrows.
Guess he's not getting
Yeah.
anything then.
I've been back for a few minutes.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Is everybody
Thumbs
ready to
up.
go again?
Just tell me
Are
when
you
to
ready to rumble?
Alright.
hit the unpause.
Okay. Well, I didn't pause the recording at all. I feel
Oh,
silly.
so
Okay,
then-
well, yeah. Let's do a 3, a 2, a 1, a go. All right.
and we're back.
We're back where we left off. A confrontation quickly coming. If so quickly that I would like everybody to roll initiative, please.
Cool.
Remind me how to roll initiative.
There will be.
It's your dex.
Yeah, it's your dex modifier plus the whatever you roll. Ooh.
Okay, so in this case, it's just roll your deck.
Antler's
Alright.
not engaging just yet, though,
Okay.
because he's going straight for
Oh,
his. He's
okay.
going for his brain.
I
Yeah.
got a 6.
But this will be to
Nebula gets
see
a nat
it.
20.
This will be like if you want to use your turn to go for the brain, you can absolutely do that. But you just need to be in initiative order to see who's going when.
Okay. Fine, let me. Initiative. Oh, 14. It's actually not bad.
Not bad.
Okay. Oh, yeah. And I need to roll for Sally. One sec.
Because Antler's initiative is just
Not
straight
that
D20.
great. Okay.
It's okay, Sally.
Okay. So we've got Nebula and the Doctor going. What's Nebula's dex?
+1.
Okay. So the Doctor is going first. Then we have Nebula.
So the order is Dr. Nebula.
Dr. Nebula. Let's see, we have a 14, a 13, a 6, and a 4. So that'll be Antler, then Seeker, then Cherry, and then Sally.
Nice.
There you go, I typed that out.
Thank you! Okay, so the
Hmm.
Doctor, being first up and seeing that the scary skeleton man is not inclined to stop, is going to grab at like the various bits and bobs that are on the table behind him, configure them quickly into a thing, and then set it down. Some odd little contraption. Wonder what that is.
What did you do? I'm sorry, I blanked.
He assembled something from the tools on his table and set it down next to him. Uh, it looks a little bit like a very small cannon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like a hand cannon or like
Like a ship cannon.
ah.
Yeah.
Where is it pointing?
It is pointing towards the threat in the room. It is pointing towards Antler.
Okay.
Yeah. So with the bonus action, let's see. All right. With the bonus action, he presses a little button on top of the thing, and a line of fire sweeps out towards Antler. Well, actually, say he did back up, so I'm going to say that the cannon is a little too far away to make use to hit Antler at that direction, at that range. But he now does appear to have a little cannon that is sitting next to him, and he seems to want to stick close to it. All right.
But Antler is out of range?
Antler is currently out of range.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that would bring us to Nebula. What would you like to do, Nebula?
Nebula is going to attempt to cast Hold Person
Okay.
on the doctor.
All right. What does the doctor need to? Is that range to spell
that's
attack?
a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay. 8. I take it.
DC 13.
No, it does.
So...
yeah, he fails. What does hold person do?
Choose a humanoid that you can see within range and must succeed or be paralyzed for the duration, which is up to 1 minute.
Okay.
At the end of each of its turns, the target can make another Wisdom saving throw. On a success, the spell ends on the target.
Okay. All right. So the doctor is a little bit wrapped up at the moment. Yeah, you see him like suddenly go rigid and freeze in place. Or if you have like a flavor to what that looks like.
I think it's just like he like extends his hand and there's this kind of like purple aura, I guess, around it, and then that kind of how do I describe it? I guess it just kind of appears around the doctor as well and just kind of holds him there.
Okay. Yeah, he's stuck for the time being. So that means it's Antler's turn.
He's surrounded in purple.
Cool. Antler's going to use his movement to continue walking towards the tugging that he feels.
Okay. At the start of your turn, though, since the acid is still covering you from his initial attack, you are going to take another 2d4 of damage.
Okay.
So another 4 damage is done to you. You can use your action to clean the acid off, but that would use your action.
No, Antler wants to get his brain.
Okay.
He can't think clearly. He does not have. He needs his brain to think clearly.
I gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, he's gonna go get his brain.
The brains, the multitude of brains are sitting in this vat, kind of like this greenish, brackish liquid. You feel a strong pull towards the vat, but not toward any brain in particular. And it looks like it's a very sturdy kind of glass. So how are you going to get to your brain?
How big is the vat?
It would take up a 4 or 5 foot tiles, and it is about it's about 15 feet tall.
Okay. How thick does the glass look?
Roll me a perception check.
All right.
Oh,
25.
that's a nat 20. Okay, from looking at it, due to the distortion, you can tell that it looks like it's about like 5 inches thick. This is some heavy-duty glass.
All right. Oh, and it's a bonus action. Oh ho
Oh.
ho. Alrighty then. It's probably not a smart thing to do, but he doesn't have his brain
The brain's
on
in
a one
there. You
track.
got to get to it.
Yeah. So this is a bonus. This is a bonus action.
Okay.
I could do bonus action before an action, right?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, Antler's going to cast Misty Step. Uh,
Oh boy.
he's not stopping. He's going in to get his brain, and he doesn't need to breathe because he's a skeleton.
That's lovely. Let me just look up the things for Misty Step to see if it has any restrictions
wait.
on if it's an occupied space.
Oh no, wait, never mind. 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see.
Okay, yeah, the space is currently occupied by a ton of brains.
Okay, scratch that.
You could jump to the top of the
I'm
vat
gonna
if
use-
you wanted. Because at the top of the vat, I would say, with that perception check that you made, you see that there are, it looks like delivery tubes of possibly thinner glass up there, through which brains are being dropped into the vat and being sucked out of it.
I have another thought.
Okay.
Because Antler has a fun little pact thing. Because Antler's a warlock, and he has Pact of the Blade.
Oh, okay.
And he growls because he's not happy about it. But he holds out his hand, and suddenly a sword of light appears in his hand,
Ooh.
and he is going to stab it into the vat, and then try and basically try and cut through it
Okay.
with the
Roll to hit, please.
okay. Mechanically, this is a sun blade.
Oh, hot
Just
dang! All right.
mechanically,
Sword.
Sword.
because they said I could use magical weapons, attack weapon, and I 4.
Ooh, now
Oh, that's a no one.
Come on.
I would say that in your brain-addled state, you forget to say the. Oh well, no, it's a sunblade, but you already activated it.
It could slide. It could slide off the.
Mm-hmm. You attempt to push it into the glass, but you find like you can't get the leverage to actually get up because you're trying to pierce it instead of slash it, and your blade keeps going off to one side and then the other, and it's just not working out. Oof, Antler Angie. Is there anything Antler would like to do?
I don't think there's anything else he can really.
Okay. And your turn then?
Well, bonus action, 2-weapon fighting. I think I need 2 weapons to do that.
Yeah, you would.
Oh, he does have his staff. Could I argue bonus action hit it with his staff in anger?
Yeah, like you're just flailing at this thing with whatever you have in hand.
He doesn't have a brain at the moment. I'll admit.
Okay, bonk the glass.
I should have made this guy a barbarian.
An 11. Yeah, it's a static thing. You bonk it, and you see the first. Well, roll damage if you would, please.
Okay.
Bonk.
Oh.
What's my damage? It is a 6 because he's holding it with one hand.
2. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
The barest impact. You see like a small shard of glass fly away from the outside. Perhaps a point of weakness. But that's all you really managed to do with that.
Yeah. That's all you could do with this.
Yeah.
That's all you could do for this. So.
Yeah. It might be a place where you could, rest the sunblade next turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Seeker, it is your turn.
Hi. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bonus action healing word yell over at Antler. Just I don't actually know what to yell, because I don't want to yell an insult.
It's a healing word. It doesn't have to be a complimentary word.
I know. This is just me, Magic, not wanting to be rude.
Aw.
I don't think it's very good to just poke at the thing. Healing word.
Okay, what is the range on healing word?
Healing word's range. I did not Look at that. 60 feet.
Okay, yeah, you'll be able to do that fine. It's a 50-foot by 50-foot room, just to clarify.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Plus.
I'm gonna be nice to my.
8 damage.
8 healing
Oh,
damage.
Yeah.
that healed him completely.
Nice.
He
Yeah.
got all his HP back.
I
Nice.
rolled
Sweet.
max.
Nice.
May have insulted you, but you feel nice. You feel better.
Perhaps just the knowledge that you are not alone in this search for your brain.
Yeah.
And then for my action, I'm gonna turn to this doctor, and Seeker's gonna let out, like, you know how they do those, like, hand, like, put your hands up to your mouth and you whistle out of it, and it's really loud. Yeah, he does those and cast Shatter at 3rd level.
Oh.
So I need con saves from the cannon and the doctor,
Hot dang.
because, and I believe if I'm reading the thing right for Shatter, a creature made of
As a
inorganic material such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on the saving throw.
Okay.
And 60 feet.
The cannon is not a creature, I would say.
A
non-magical
I'll just
object?
post it.
Okay. It is not a creature,
also
but it
takes damage.
is a magical object.
Okay.
So, okay, creature
Yeah.
made of inorganic. I think the doctor would be affected, but the cannon as a magical object would not be.
No.
From what I'm getting from this. Okay, but I will make a roll for the doctor here. Let me just check, make sure this paralyzed. Okay, so he can make a Constitution saving throw.
This is at 3rd level, so that's gonna be fun.
Oh, yeah. A 9!
That does not make it.
No.
That does not make it.
9.
Take 15
9.
damage.
Ah, okay.
Oh, 15.
It's very loud.
Oof.
It's very loud.
And if the doctor were capable of moving at the moment, he would probably react, but at the moment, all you can really see is, like, a crack appear across one of the goggle lenses.
Oh.
It was a very loud whistle.
Mm-hmm.
It was very loud.
Oof. If you could see his ears, there'd probably be some blood coming out of them. Yeah, that was rough. Alright, is that the end of Seeker's turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, that brings us to Cherry!
So I want to be able to recap what is happening.
Okay. So far, Antler is covered in acid and is flailing at a vat for reasons maybe Cherry could understand, but not having much success at the moment. Nebula has cast a spell that has grabbed the doctor and is holding him immobile, and Seeker has healed the skeleton man, and also made a really freaking loud whistle that, like, it looks like it's about ready to bust the lenses out of the doctor's goggles. And now it's Cherry's turn.
So Dr. Man is prone.
Not
he can't
prone,
move?
held, like paralyzed.
Held right now.
Yeah.
Oh, this is tough.
And then there's also the cannon thing that he made.
Yeah. Sitting on
Cherry
the
wants
counter
to
next to him.
perceive where the brains are located, much like where Antler's going.
Okay, Cherry is feeling a tug to the, I would say southeast.
Alright. Well, she's gonna head on over, I guess.
Okay, you are confronted with a vat very similar to the one that the skeleton man is currently attempting to break.
I think what Cherry's going to do is... I think she's gonna try using her fountain falchion.
Okay.
And as the description goes, many say that the pen is mightier than the sword. Now the pen is the sword. It deals 1d8 plus the user's level slashing damage.
Lovely. Okay, please roll to attack.
So I'm still trying to figure out how to do that even.
Usually the Fountain Falchion will have like it'll say +5, +6, +7 to hit next to it.
I'm a little lost on where to find that. I don't have it
Okay.
up with me right now.
Usually it's going to be, it'll probably be either your strength modifier or your dexterity, and if you are proficient with that weapon, it'll also be your proficiency bonus. So what is your strength or dex mod? Is it +1, +2, etc.?
For strength is -1.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. What, as Abia said, roll d20 plus your
But I can
proficiency
do dex or strength, so
or
I can
strength.
choose between the two.
Yes.
I think she's gonna use dexterity then.
Okay, then, yeah. If you,
Dexterity's a little better.
yeah, there you go.
Plus dex plus proficiency.
Yeah.
So dexterity, so d20 +2 plus.
Do you see your proficiency?
Oh no.
Like you're level 5.
Yeah, so that'd be
+3?
+3? Is that what it says for you?
Is that
Is
that
that
what
your
it says? Because I
proficiency
can't
bonus?
pull it up right now.
Oh, let's see. I can look it up
That's
real
why I'm
quick.
like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I will look it up. That is why we have the
Jerry's a
internet.
level 5, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it'd be +3.
+3. Okay, so it's a +5 to hit then.
So +5.
Yeah. Again,
got
it is a
it.
stationary object. Is like 10 is basically the AC. So go ahead and roll attack, or roll damage for your attack.
How do I? Oh no, I'm trying to figure out where everything is.
It should say that it's like a actually Sally.
1d8
Yeah, 1d8. That it'd probably be
plus the user's level slashing damage.
Yeah.
Which I am not sure.
It'd be
is what.
+5 because you're level 5.
So I put down. What do I? Oh no, I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm like, I'm really lost to what things I'm supposed to be rolling here.
It'd be that.
Ah, there you go. D8 plus 5.
So
D20?
D8.
Yeah, or D8 plus 5, yeah. Okay, 9.
9.
As you swing your fountain falchion at the vat, slashing across it, you see a web of spider cracks spread across the surface. Nothing. It doesn't appear to be completely broken yet because it is a very tough glass. But you have done some damage. It might need a few more hits. How many attacks does Cherry only do one attack per action, or does she get 2 attacks per action?
I think it is 1 per thing because I'm not sure.
Is she a fighter?
I
haven't played her enough to really know.
She is a fighter, correct?
Yeah, she's a fighter.
Okay.
you get 2 attacks at like level 5.
Okay,
so.
yeah. You should have another attack. So go ahead and roll to hit again. It'll be the d20 plus 5.
Unless we can just do the same thing again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
18.
18.
Like a much more confident hit at this point. So go ahead and roll damage.
Which should be the same as before.
Mm-hmm.
7.
7. Okay. The spider webbing cracks continue, and a little sploosh of fluid starts to come out from the center of the crack where you've been hitting it. It looks like if you give it like one more solid hit, it'll break, but you only get 2 attacks per your action.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though I think fighters do have a feature that allows them to take 1 additional action on their turn. It's called an action surge. Do you have that feature? Do you want to use that?
That I am not sure actually.
It comes base set, but you can only use it once per day.
Yeah. Do you want to attack again, or do you want to do something else?
Oh, I do have 1. Okay.
Oh wow, I spaced at the
yeah,
worst time
yeah.
possible.
You know what? I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna do it one more time.
All right, go ahead.
Fuck it. It's not like I'm gonna use this any other time.
I spaced. Is this the same vat that Antler's attacking?
No, this is the one on the south.
This is a different one.
Yeah, southeast side
Okay.
of the room.
Okay, because I had spaced, but okay,
Oh yeah.
23!
continue.
Oh yeah,
23.
23 is a palpable hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Okay, yeah,
And a
six.
6.
Yeah, 6 will do it. Okay. Um, do you want to say how you break the rest of this vat open? Like, does she just let herself get deluged? What's going on?
I think because she does have some rubber hose quality about her, I feel like she would, for once, maybe while she doesn't have a brain, maybe she thinks about it enough to just step out of the way and to use her stretchy arms to stack it.
Okay, it's not just one brain that's coming out of this vat. It is many, many brains, and the tug that you're feeling doesn't point you to one brain in particular. It's just kind of like a general area. So, as with this final crash, a deluge of brains falls out of the vat and spreads across the floor, creating like this little brain-filled section of the floor that might be difficult terrain if you're trying to be careful of not stepping on people's brains. But
So
at this
she smashes it and then goes over and yells, "I found the
Ah,
brain!"
okay, but you,
Great work.
yeah, it'll take another action to see if you can locate which brain is yours.
Breaks, you're gonna have to repeat that because my internet
Okay, you won't
flubbed
be able to
out just as you
find,
started
yeah,
talking again.
you won't be able to find your brain on this turn. You'll have to use an action to try and suss out which one of these brains is yours.
Okay.
All right, but if you,
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, okay, which means it is now Sally's turn. And she sees
Yay!
she sees that like people are like breaking these vats, so she goes to the southwest one since it's the closest one.
Oh god.
And she's going to attack it. Oh yeah, that hits. And her weapon does look fairly familiar to you. Like it looks pretty similar to Cherry's weapon actually, but there are like like oil in parking lots, kind of like the iridescent quality of that. It has kind of like that oil slick look along the edge of the blade.
Ooh.
19 damage. Yeah,
Wow.
one might like this the buff bird. One mighty slam of the sword into the thing gets it to the point where like the goo is pouring out already, and she goes for another hit to kind of finish it up. That'll do it. 14, yeah. Similarly, though she doesn't have the despite having a brain, she doesn't have the presence of mind to step out of the deluge, so it washes across her, and there's a very wet bird left afterwards, and like she shakes it off and like fluffs up quite a bit, and then just looks over it and like, okay, did I do this right? Gosh, there's a lot
Cherry
of
You're
brains
gives
here.
doing
a thumbs
great!
up.
Oh, thank you. All right, and that'll be her
And
turn.
Seeker is giving a thumbs up.
All right, so
Both giving her a thumbs
there
up.
are brains across the floor, making it difficult terrain in the southeast and southwest corners. Make a little note of that. Southeast, southwest. So if people want to move through it, you think it might be a little difficult to get by. Looks kind of
Where's
slippery.
the doctor right now? What area of the room?
He's off. Let's see. Antler had the northwest, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so he is currently sort of center east, kind of in the middle where like all the tables and paraphernalia are. And you know what? It's his turn again. So what does he have to roll to see if he can get out of this paralysis?
Let me see. Another wisdom save.
A wisdom save. Okay. Let's see
Does
if
the
he
wisdom
can.
save take the action?
It does probably. A 3. No. Poor guy.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I believe that's his turn. The cannon does not act without him using it, and he can't use it at the moment. Yeah. So, okay, let me see. 1 second. I do have one thing to roll. Okay. Nope, not at the moment. Okay.
Oh
Yeah, so
boy.
we'll continue on to Nebula. It's your turn again.
Suspicious. How big is the cannon?
It's a small construct, so it sits in the 5 foot space that's on the counter next to the doctor.
Can Nebula just like take it?
Um, I mean, you could just walk over to it and pick it up.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna do that. Get it away from the doctor.
Okay, what's he just picking it up? Do you take it someplace or?
Uh, well, you definitely take it like somewhere away.
Point it at the doctor. Point it at the doctor.
Could do that. I don't know. Would he though?
You don't have to. That's just me being an asshole.
Let me. I'm gonna.
For flavor, I'm going to say that when you
Shouldered.
touch the cannon, you can hear like a muffled
Oh.
coming from the doctor.
Oh. I think.
Does Nebula have like a little shoulder devil? Can I be the shoulder devil? Just tell me.
I think what he's gonna do.
There is a very nice bright red button on the top of the cannon.
Oh,
Think he-
no.
Oh, he doesn't have a brain. He's gonna press it.
Oh boy, who's he
doesn't have a
pointing
brain,
it
so
at?
he'll press it.
In what direction is he pointing it?
I guess it'll be at the doctor.
Oh, fun. Okay. He automatically
Oh my god.
fails dex save, so 11. A gout of flame comes out of the cannon and completely engulfs the doctor for a second, and then when it passes, a much more charred doctor is left.
Oh, yes, good.
Oh my gosh, is that everything you're doing with your turn?
God, I love this game.
Yeah, I think so.
Nebula has learned what the
You
big
just
red
saw-
button does. Congratulations. It is now Antler's turn.
Cool. So Antler is still fine for barbarian. But anyways, so for his action, he's gonna hit the spot with his staff again, actually, and take a bit more chunk off with it.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
Yep.
That'll
13.
do it. Okay, roll damage.
1d6.
A 2.
2.
You do manage to put a little bit more of a chip in there. You can see
Cool.
the beginnings of spider cracks forming around this chip as
Cool.
it's digging into it.
And with
Yeah.
2-weapon fighting,
Okay.
for bonus action, he is going to now he is going to stab the his sword of light into the crack.
Okay.
Certainly. I don't suppose I could get
Does
advantage
Antler
on
have
the
a
hit.
feat that allows him to use the proficiency with the second attack? Is he?
It doesn't say that I can't. Well, let me check 2-weapon fighting.
I believe unless you have like a feat that allows you to do, or if you're like a fighter with 2-weapon fighting specialty, that you
can
don't
use
get
a
to
bonus.
use the proficiency modifier on the end of that.
You can use bonus action, attack with different light melee weapon you're holding in the other hand. You don't add your ability modifier to the damage of the bonus action unless the modifier is negative.
Ah, yeah, there you go. Okay, so if you do
Yep.
hit with the sun thing, it'll be just the one damage die that it does, not your modifier on top of it.
Okay. Can I still add the modifier to hit?
You can absolutely do the modifier to hit. It's just the damage.
Okay. I don't think I added anything to the modifier, so 14.
That'll do it. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah. 1d8. Yep. Just straight 1d8. 7.
7. Oh yeah, that okay, now you're making some progress. What type of damage does your bright
Sword
light?
of light. Radiant damage.
Radiant damage. Okay, not quite fire. But we'll say that with a bright kind of plasma-like flare, the tip of your sword is now digging into the glass, slowly melting its way through.
Yeah, and that's all Antler's got.
All right, Seeker!
Hi, hello. I zoned out. Sorry. All right. So, new problem. Nebula is standing right next to the doctor, so I can't use Shatter again.
Yeah, that would be
Unfortunate.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. I don't know what to do.
You could ask for the cannon and use that, or press the button while Nebula.
I mean, the doctor's pretty well wrapped up. If you wanted to assist one of the others,
I think they're good. I think they're good. I don't know what
also,
to do.
I'd
Actually.
like to point out that Shatter would be spectacular if, against glass.
I do
think
want to
there's
mention
only-
everyone has broken their glass at this
No,
point.
there's still one
working
more
on
that
his.
hasn't been touched.
Yeah, the northeast corner has not. The
Yeah.
vat from that one has not been touched.
We don't know what happens to these brains if they're left out for too long. What if they get damaged?
I mean that is a good question.
Well, then I guess they have brain damage, huh?
Seeker doesn't want to put that on people. That's
Well, Seeker is the only one with a brain right now, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's questionable with Sally.
Okay. Would there be a way for me to cast Shatter again and have it so like the doctor's on the outer range of it and it doesn't hit Nebula?
I mean, you could also just tell Nebula to move.
That's true.
But you can't move till your next turn.
Oh, that's true.
You could tell her to
Okay.
move and then hold your spell for when Nebula does. Held actions are a thing.
Yeah. Then once
That is
Nebula
true.
moves, then your held action would go.
As soon as Nebula would move, then your held action. You state specifically what you're holding, like a spell like Shatter.
Yeah. All right, I can do that. Is Bardic Inspiration a bonus action?
What does it say? I believe it's a bonus action. Go ahead and check that.
I don't actually have it pulled up right now.
Okay.
This is my first time playing a bard. I can pull it up. It'll just Bardic Inspiration. Yeah, and a bonus action on my turn. All right. So, Seeker's gonna call out to Nebula. Friend, you might want to step away real fast. And Bardic Inspiration. Congratulations, you now have a D8 of Bardic Inspiration.
Nice. I believe that can be used towards saving throws and attacks, or ability checks.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, so Seeker has a held action. Cherry, it's your turn. There is a bunch of brains on the floor around you. How are you going to find yours?
Oh yeah. Cherry's gonna try to search for hers.
Okay. Let's see.
So what do I need to roll
It's gonna be just
try to look for the brain?
The tug is not pulling you towards one in particular, so make an investigation check.
Investigation. Let's see, how good is she at investigation?
She would be at a -3
Oh
modifier
boy,
for it because
it's
it's
just
a
a regular
check.
D20.
It's a D20 minus.
Hmm?
Well, but this would be investigation.
Oh,
is
that's
with your
right.
Yeah, so it'd be D20 minus 3.
That's right. That's right. -3.
Oh, that's
my
a nat 20!
17.
That's a
Nice!
With that.
Shit!
Heck yeah!
Dang.
20.
Woo! All
Get
right.
that brain!
How does
that
Cherry find her brain? Is there what does her brain look like?
Well, it's a funny story. So I'm gonna paint the picture for you. She's looking pretty dang hard. She picks up multiple different brains of varying size that look like they would actually fit in her head. And she goes,
Mhm.
no, 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 Eventually, you see her pull out a magnifying glass, just for the sake of the goof, not as a proper item or anything. And she begins looking around. And then you see her pick up by far the tiniest brain you have ever perceived. It is the size of a peanut.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And she goes,
Oh,
aha, I found
okay.
it.
You have found your brain. How are you going to get it back in your head?
Hmm. I haven't thought that far.
That's
I
fair.
haven't thought at all, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Uh, I think to try to get her brain back in, she like considers about sticking it back up her nose, and then realizes that's probably not a good idea.
Huh. Uh, okay, well, I think at this point, unless Cherry has like something else she wants to do, like a bonus action, we're gonna leave her with her brain kind of half hanging out of her
I
nose.
think she's. I think while she's holding onto her brain, I feel like she needs to have the nerve to throw a very specific item at the doctor if
Oh,
she is in range.
uh, this would probably be an attack, so I think you'd have to wait until your next turn. Kind of like taking the time to aim, take out this item and aim it wouldn't fit within like your 6 second bit, since you spent all that time looking for your brain. So next turn,
Yeah, it would be very like quickly.
yeah,
So she wants to throw her rubber. Oop,
go ahead.
she wants to throw her rubber duck.
Okay.
She has a rubber duck in her hammer space, and she wants to throw it directly at the doctor's head.
You know what? I'm gonna just give you that as a free action. The duck flies through the air and squick, and then falls to the ground.
Nebula snorts.
I'm
Okay.
too busy to notice what's going on.
And that's for taking my brain. And now she's gonna sit there, and she's gonna sit on the floor and try to figure out how to get her brain back into her head.
Okay, Sally, amidst her own pile of brains, is like looking around speculatively and is like, hmm. Uh, let's see. Who all? Okay, you lost brain. Did you find your brain? She yells over to Cherry.
Oh, I did find my brain.
Okay, good.
I'm just trying to get
Uh, Nebula, did you find your brain?
Sorry, I missed
I
what you
haven't
said. Could you
I
repeat
haven't
that?
been looking. I've been dealing with the doctor.
Oh, okay. Do you want to switch? There's an awful lot of brains here. I suppose I could go break the other vat. Okay. Yeah, so
Oh,
like
what?
decision made, she's going to attempt to cross the difficult terrain uh and make it over to the other
Please
vat.
be careful.
Oh, that's a 6.
Oh,
She fails.
Oh no.
As she's picking her way across this field of brains, unfortunately, she steps on one and then it goes flying out like a banana peel, and she's left plop
oh
on her
no!
butt.
Please tell me upon walking through, it also had the loud squanch squanch noises.
Oh, absolutely. There's a whole bunch of weird green fluid on the floor. It is a whole bunch of squelching. But now she has to get back up before she can move anywhere, so that's her turn. And that means I can go ahead and roll something else again. Since
No,
we're
no.
back, going back.
Oh boy.
That'll do it.
Ah,
Oh boy.
It's a 22.
22.
What is this?
yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, we're lucky to have gotten this long with him stuck.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
So let's see. What is? Okay. 18. Okay, so that would mean. I believe that means this person, this mysterious thingamabob.
Oh no.
Mystery. Such a
Mystery.
mystery.
Okay, this would be after.
Who could it be?
This would be
Golly
after
gee whiz.
Nebula, before Antler.
No, no.
Wait, what?
You know, it might be rolling initiative for some mysterious entity.
Oh joy.
But
Who
yeah.
wants to bet it's the head cook? Who wants to
Again?
bet it's the head cook? My money's on it's the head cook.
hmm Well, let's see if you're right. Okay, that means we're back to the top of the round with the doctor, who is going to attempt to make another wisdom saving throw so he can finally get out of this horrible, horrible state he's found himself in.
Oh, so this is.
Oh no! Just
Oh my.
there's a whole bunch of wiggling going on, but not much progress is made. Poor guy.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Nebula, it's your turn.
Alright,
As you
Nebula's
recall,
moving out of the way.
okay, stepping out of the way.
Yeah.
That means the held
Um,
action. The held action will go as soon as the conditions are met. Go ahead
Yep.
and do. Let's see. What is it? It's con
I
save.
need the con saving throw.
Okay.
Another very sharp whistle. Also.
Oh, he makes that one.
Oh, okay.
Half damage then.
Half damage. I didn't specify what level it was, so I'm just gonna go with the lower level. Is that
Okay,
alright?
that's fine.
Okay. So, 2, which is 3d8. That's not it at all. Ignore that.
Oh my
I
god.
messed
That's
up my
not it.
command.
I like that you rolled max damage on that one. Okay, 17. Rounded down. That would be 9, 8, 8 or 9, 8.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Another sharp whistle.
somehow,
Probably damages some things on the desk, to be
yeah,
honest.
like
because
beaker,
those also
like from
take
the
damage.
previous one, all the little glass beakers there shattered. But apparently he was still somewhat deafened from the previous round, so it doesn't affect him quite as much as it might have. But he is looking rough,
Oof.
Good.
toasty.
No remorse.
Which
Nebula, back to you.
Nebula, your turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna see, like, where the tug is pulling him. What direction?
Okay. It is pulling you towards the north. Let me see. I'll do 4 here. Okay, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It is the southwest.
Alright, so that one's already broken.
Yeah. So
All
there's
the
a whole bunch
south
of
ones are
brains just scattered across the floor, as well as one
So,
slightly bedraggled bird.
so he's gonna go try and find his own.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check, please.
Would he? His isn't quite physical. Would he have advantage?
It's an
Like-
investigation check to, take your 6 seconds to look through these brains and try to find the one that's yours. So this would be it's you making a meticulous look over the field of the ground to see which one is yours. So
Okay.
it would not. It's just kind of a straight roll, just with the negative modifier for your intelligence.
Okay. That is the wrong. That's for Dash Delta, not this. Normally he'd have a
Is he
Yes.
proficient in investigation?
due to investigation. No, but no. He normally has a +2 to it.
Okay, so with a
can I
negative
have
3,
that
you'd be a
-1?
-1. Okay, that's still pretty good. So what does your brain look like, and how do you find it? It takes you a bit longer than it did Cherry, but you eventually find it.
It's like a purplish energy. Like it doesn't quite look like a brain. It's just kind of like
Sort of like an energy in the shape of a brain.
kinda, yeah. It's like swirling around and such.
Okay.
So he picks it out by the difference in color and energy, and
Mhm.
like yes.
And it sits
Found
there
it.
in your hands, quite tangible, and you're not quite sure how to get it back in. All right. Is
Yeah.
there anything else you'd like to do with your turn? You do have a bonus action since that took your action.
I don't think I have any bonus actions,
Okay.
so I think that'll be it.
Okay. Which
He
means
still has the cannon. He was carrying it around.
okay, just toting the cannon. So you have a cannon and
Yeah.
a purple energy brain. Which means our next our mystery friend is going to be entering the fray.
Hmm.
So, a door on the left-hand
Hmm.
side across from the doctor opens up, and what walks through is this.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh no. Oh. Is that what I think it is?
Yeah, it's a fairly tall,
That's it.
gangly, bulbous-headed creature with
That's
four
it.
tentacles where the mouth should be. One tentacle is wrapped around the stem of a wine glass, from which there is a brain wedge garnish on the edge, and a silly straw that is currently going up underneath the tentacles to what you would where you would assume the mouth would be. This is a real kind because you see no form of outline or drawing of the character notwithstanding, and they are dressed in a very well pressed business-like suit, and they look very disgruntled.
Oh, I know what this is.
Yeah.
What?
I'm
Freaks.
concerned.
What is this? Who?
hmm Looking
Hmm.
into the chamber, takes a look around at the carnage, the almost dead doctor, uh, hmm, and decides that this simply will not do. Okay. Oh boy, guys, I'm so sorry. Let's see.
Oh
Ah.
God.
Great. Oh boy.
The greatest concentration. Okay, so this would reach to the other end. Um, he's going to aim it towards. He's not particularly concerned about the doctor's well-being. So yeah, if I could get Seeker, Nebula, Cherry,
Oh
and
no.
Sally to please roll me an intelligence saving throw.
Is
Oh
Intelligence.
is
no.
this a spell
Oh.
or a magic
Oh
energy thing?
no.
It is it is a magic, so I suppose you Seeker would have resistance, but that would
Well, I
only.
rolled a nat 20, so I don't think I need it.
I got a 7.
Okay, you will take half damage. Or well, no,
Cool.
actually,
This is
it doesn't say.
intelligence, so it's -3, right?
Yeah, -3. Okay, and I do need to roll for
Yeah.
Sally as well. Oh boy,
I rolled a nat 20. I don't think I need.
14 doesn't quite make it for Sally. Poor
Oh,
Sally. Okay. Okay, so whoever Seeker's fine. Your Fey nature saves you from what you see appear from this strange tentacled creature is its size. Audibly, the tentacle reaches over and places the drink down on a table, and then it puts its hands to its temple, and from it, a it's not a sound, but you can hear it inside your head, like a wave of just overwhelming force goes through and knocks your brain askew. Even like even for those who are holding their brains, like you can feel just this psychic energy rattling you to your core. Everyone who did
Oh.
not save takes 22 damage, psychic damage,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Well,
Nebula
and
said
good
10.
thing Cherry
I
has
am
a
so
high hit point.
mhm.
I am so glad Antler was not getting hit with this.
and if you have been hit, you are stunned for 1 minute.
Okay. And you said that was 20 points, right?
22.
22.
Mhm.
Okay.
The things are stunned.
Boy.
A stunned creature is incapacitated. They can't move and can speak only falteringly. The creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws, and attack rolls against the creature have advantage. All right, so
oh God. Breaks. This is scary.
Yeah.
Breaks.
You took down
We
the
just went from 0 to
2/3 of
100
his
real
health.
quick.
hmm
Yeah.
uh, I know this was seeming like a walk in the park, but not really, guys.
Oh dear. Okay.
Okay. But with that done, the well, hmm.
Is it Antler's turn?
It is Antler's turn, and
Shouldn't it be? Wait. Shouldn't it be Seeker?
uh,
Or
the
did
Mind
Seeker already
Flayer
go?
entered the the initiative order in front of Antler, behind Nebula.
But Seeker's. No, no, Seeker's after
Yeah.
Nettler. Never mind.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. I'm gonna. I'm gonna roll perception to see if Antler has seen this.
Um,
Because again, Antler is in a. Unless you think it's obvious, because Antler's
it's
kind
pretty
of
obvious.
Okay, cool. Antler, for like now that his sword is sunken into the vat and is slowly progressing into breaking it open,
Mhm.
he's actually gonna his attention is kind of able to get pulled elsewhere, and he sees the dude. And does Antler know what this dude is? Because I, Fable, do not, but Antler is smarter than Fable.
Okay. Um, roll. I'll give you your choice between history and arcana.
None of those are better because they're both intelligence.
I know.
So that doesn't, and they have the same modifier. So this doesn't help me, Breaks. It's a -3 either way.
Well, maybe I'll roll high.
Wish. Probably not gonna happen. Yep, 5.
You know what? I'm going to give it to you. I would say that Antler, as a studier of arcane and ancient secrets, would recognize that this is a mind flare. A very
Yeah.
dangerous psionic entity that are known for eating brains.
Would a spell like Fear work on it?
Let me check. Let's see.
It's within. That also depends if the guy's. Is he in 30 feet of Antler?
It's a 50 foot, and the door is quite in the middle, so yeah, it's within 30. It's within that range. Um,
Cool.
he would know that generally, uh, being strong spellcasters themselves, it is hard to hit a mind flare with a spell. That they
Yeah.
have a bit of a resistance there.
Yeah. I think it's okay. You know what? Instead, Antler. Since I still. Oh, actually, since. Oh wait. Okay, I know what to do. Because I still have 2 weapon fighting in the bonus action. He's gonna see the mind flare, think, oh shit, and he's gonna use his staff and actually point the antlers on his staff into the hole that his sword has made and cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay. At 7th level, how many blasts does that make? Is that 2 or 3?
2.
2. Okay, go ahead and roll the hit. Probably be a very low DC since it's right there, point blank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
13.
no problem. Go ahead and roll
Yep.
damage.
And let me see, where is my shit? 1d10 plus 3.
Oh, I nearly forgot. Since you did not take the time to dislodge the
Oh yeah, the
acid.
poison. Acid.
Yeah, 5 damage from the acid.
5 damage. Okay, he again ignores it because it's not hurting that badly. Sorry, Eldritch Blast is 1d10 plus 3. 8.
Okay. Um, yeah, I'm gonna say that
And
at that close range, like 2 Eldritch blasts going, the vat, it's not even like it cracks open; it just kind of explodes, and you are deluged with this green brackish fluid, which has the benefits of washing the acid off of you, so that's nice.
that's nice.
Yeah. But now like brains are flying everywhere, so you have
That's
successfully freed the brains. You just have to find it.
Can I bonus action perception check?
Um, it would be an investigation check to find your brain, like as with the others, and then that would take an action. So on your next turn, you can do that. But if you have a bonus action that you want to use for this turn for something else,
Uh, nothing I can use that would help it though. So
Okay.
no, I'm gonna hold to because he's gonna want to find his brain.
okay. All right. Let's see. Seeker. Uh, hey, you're the only one who got out of the mind blast.
Oh my.
Thank you, Avi. Uh, McPecking. Yeah, that's his name now. Yeah, you just saw like all your companions. Oh wait, I forgot to actually have the. Okay, what is it? It is intelligence saving throw. He would probably have a decent time of this. Okay, yeah, doctor saves, no problem. He's free from the mind blast. Yeah. Aside from Antler, you're the only one who is left not looking like they just got walloped over the head with a gigantic hammer.
All
What are you gonna
right.
do?
Status check. Which one of my allies seems the most hurt?
I've
Like,
got 10 left.
I got 14.
Sally looks dizzy, but otherwise a little soggy, but not terribly ruffled.
okay. Oh god, that. Okay. Can I have Seeker roll to know what this thing is?
History or Arcana?
I'm gonna take that history.
Okay. 27. Yeah, you actually know.
Oh my
You
god.
probably know more than the rest of the crew does at the moment. Mind Flayer, also known as an illithid. They are innate spellcasters. They have psychic powers that you just got an overwhelming demonstration of. Uh, you want to stay out of the reach of those tentacles, because they can use those to take your brain out of your skull. Yeah, they eat brains, and you definitely don't want to be hit by them because they can also plant a new mind flayer in your head.
Oh dear.
So this
Oh
is
no.
just from your wanderings. You know that these are these are not great. These yeah, these are. It would make sense that one of these is kind of involved in an apparent brain gathering racket, because they have to eat brains.
Okay. Okay. Seeker had gone from slightly miffed at the new appearance to just kind of terror because oh my god, that's a mind flare. Yeah. Uh okay. 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 Freaks. I don't know. I don't fucking know what to do. Okay. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Okay, this is fine. Seeker just kind of lets out a shout of mind flare, don't let it touch you. And okay, this is fun. This is fun. Very panicked. He said that as fast as I did.
Okay.
Oh my god.
And he's gonna use his full movement speed of 45 feet to get the fuck away from this thing.
Okay.
Screw that.
Okay. Okay, you still have your action and bonus action left.
Cool. I should probably actually use my bonus action before my move. Turn to Nebula, and it's a whispered of shit underneath the breath, but you know, healing word, it works.
Yeah.
It just works.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll the healing damage. You take 6 healing damage, Nebula.
That is so cool. Just like coughs, just like, thank you.
Yep. Don't mention it. Please get up soon.
Oh man.
Is there anyone within 30 feet of this mind flare? Really?
Let's see. It would be Nebula and Sally. We're currently at the southwestern thing. Antler is also within 30 feet.
But
More
he just
of
doesn't
like
have
I'm
things
about
that
to put a
touch
cube
him.
on top of this thing. Can I angle it so no one else is hit but it?
It's a 50-foot thing. How big is your cube?
30 feet.
30 feet. It might be tricky, but if you got it like kind of on an angle, you could possibly do it.
A cube?
It's
A cube.
because like there is space
Yeah, it
in
spells
the
cube.
yeah, there's space behind the mind flayer. Behind, it just came through a door.
Wait. There's a spell and it's just called cube?
No, it's in the shape of a cube. It's not called cube.
Okay, what is
Yes,
this
I
spell?
cast cube.
Okay. I
In
just know
Minecraft now,
Turns
folks.
into Minecraft. It turns into Minecraft.
I cast cube.
I felt the need to that should be clarified. Anyways.
Okay. Uh, Seeker's gonna let out a few notes of a song and cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Okay.
I I need a wisdom saving throw
Okay. All right.
for those creatures in a cube.
Okay. So this would be just.
I
Okay.
will post what hypnotic pattern does.
All right. 12.
That does not make it.
Yeah.
That is not my. So on a failed save, you're charmed for my 1 minute concentration, and incapacitated and have a speed of 0.
Okay. Yeah, let me just double check everything
Oof.
here. Alright.
The pattern.
It is a magical effect, correct?
Yes.
He has advantage on the
Oh.
saving throw then.
Okay.
Again? Oh boy.
That's a nat 20. I'm sorry.
God damn it!
No, nat 20.
Yeah.
No.
Damn
For a second, you feel like like the spell is working. What does the spell look like? Like, what is the hypnotic? What does your hypnotic pattern look like?
It looks like a weaving sort of entanglement of what seems to be film reel
Okay.
and the occasional very strange looking hand popping out of the ground.
Oh, fun. Okay. Yeah. You feel for a second like the mind flayer's eyes follow this for a second and sort of glaze over, but then one of the tentacles comes up and swipes through the illusion, of banishing it away like a mist, and you can see the mind flayer's eyes meet yours, Seekers.
Oh,
Seeker's
boy.
still wearing sunglasses.
Well, he meets your sunglasses.
Yeah, but I am now probably against the back of the room near that tank that's not there because 45 move speed.
Yeah, like it's a 50-foot cube of a room basically, just to keep things simple. He's on the east wall, you're on the west wall at the moment. Yeah. You are as
Yeah.
far away from this thing as the mind flayer as you can get. Okay, just a quick note. The hold person, is that a concentration spell, Nebula?
Yes.
Okay, could you roll a concentration check for me to see if you can maintain the spell after being stunned?
I think didn't he break out of that anyway?
The doctor did not. You're still the doctor is still being
Oh.
held.
Oh, I thought he did. Okay.
The
what?
doctor saved himself from getting hit by the.
The brain
Oh,
blast.
Okay.
We just need to see.
What am I rolling?
It's geez, concentration checks are weird. It's like a concentration saving throw essentially. It's like 10 plus something or other.
So
Concentration.
would that be intelligence or wisdom?
It's concentration. It's your con modifier.
Oh. The con is Constitution.
Does
Yeah.
it count?
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
same. It's the same.
Okay. So that'd just be D20 plus.
Okay.
Oh,
So
that
your
was
con
nat
save.
That's a nat 1.
Ooh.
That was
Okay.
a nat 1.
As for further future reference, the DC of a concentration check is either 10 or half the damage you take, whichever number is higher. So 11 would be the one you would have had to meet. A 6 is not going to do it. Yeah. The doctor drops to the ground, finally free from the thing, but he can't do anything because it's not his turn anymore. He's freed. He can do something on his next turn. So you've also got that to deal with, just as a note. All right. With that done, Cherry, you were affected by the blast, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Stunned for 1 minute. You can speak falteringly. You can't really do anything though. But it takes. Stunned is. It's great if you can pull it off on some other creatures. It's bad when it's put on you because it takes up your turn. But you can re-roll a intelligence saving throw again to try and end the effect of the stun.
Breaks, you're gonna have to repeat what you said because my internet just flubbed out again.
Oh no. Okay. Can you make another intelligence saving throw, please?
Intelligence. Okay.
An 8, I'm afraid, is not going to do it. You've just been knocked for a loop. it's hard to get like your eyes to focus. Like they're going like in serpenting different ways, just in your head, and it's
Her eyes are. I want to say her eyes are also visually droopy.
yeah, just like
Um,
I'm afraid you didn't shake the stun. I'm sorry. Okay, so that would end your turn. That means Sally. Sally is stunned, so she'll have to do the same thing. Minus. She doesn't make it either. There are little birds going around Sally's head. Try as she might, she cannot shoo them away. Okay, that puts us back to the top of the order, which means the doctor's back in play. Um, and he's charred. He's not looking good. Um, and someone took his cannon. Dang it, that's his cannon. All right. Uh, but finally freed and able to talk again, he's like, ah, well, I never. Ah, oh, uh, thank you, Grathamore, he says to the Mind Flayer. Ah, I'm glad you heard that. Uh, uh, the Mind Flayer in return just kind of stares back at him, one vein pulsing in its forehead, and the doctor swallows visibly, like, yeah, no, don't worry yourself. I can take over from here. uh, yeah. Let me just see here. Is like looking at like the ruins of his lab, desperately trying to figure out what he's going to do. Uh, and you know what? Like as he turns back, he notices Seeker on the far wall, and a flicker of recognition. Like you're the one who did like a ton of damage to him. So he fishes in his pockets and pulls out a whistle, and points at Seeker as like, and he's going to cast Shatter at
Oh,
second level.
lovely. Oh,
oh boy.
lovely.
All right, so
This is a con, right?
yeah, Constitution saving throw.
Magical.
It is magical, so you will get advantage on the saving throw. Oh no!
Doesn't matter much. Don't matter much.
Okay, it's a 3d8. 14 damage.
14. 14.
Oh
Uh,
boy.
after this, very much like what you did to him, like a piercing whistle uh, emerges from his tiny little tin whistle that he's got pulled out, and well, it does not feel good. The doctor like nervously turns back to the Mind Flayer, is like, "See, Grathamore, I can handle it."
Seeker had clutched his ears in that moment because ow, ow. He's got big old ears.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he do. Poor Seeker. All right. Nebula. That'll end the doctor's turn. Nebula. Let's see. You were affected as well. Can I get a Constitution, Intelligence saving throw from you, please? See if you can
I
add
will
this.
remind you, you have a
Stunning.
D8 of bardic inspiration.
Yeah, you can use that on a
Oh,
saving throw.
Oh,
duh. I forgot
God.
about that. Does that have to be after the roll or?
It's at the. It would be
Before.
after your roll. Yeah. So you could add the
After
D.
the roll, but before the decision is
Yeah,
made.
the decision is made. Yeah.
Right.
Const-
Clarification. The -3 for int, was that like replacing,
It's
like completely replacing the modifier to -3, or is that like adding it so that if I had the plus, then it would be a little less than -3?
It would be a D20 -3 at that point.
Okay. Because like you guys, like Ike and like Cherry and Sally didn't have the -3, so I wasn't.
Cherry
Sure,
had the
when I did
minus.
make the check
Cherry had the
then.
-3. Sally
Yeah.
didn't because she didn't lose her brain.
Oh,
She's just
right,
not a
right.
terribly
Okay.
smart bird.
Okay.
Okay, a 10. Do you want to go ahead and try to roll the d8? You need a 15.
Hmm. question is, will it be enough?
You just need a 5 or higher.
Yeah. That's a little less than 50%. I can try it.
Yeah.
This might be a waste.
A 5! You got just enough! Yeah! Okay.
Yes.
As you're
Say.
trying to pull like yourself together after being walloped like inside your mind, which is in your hands still, I'm gonna say, if I can, Seeker, that a few of the notes that you played earlier run through the mind and help ground you. Like the music like takes you and helps allow you to focus more, and you're able to shake off the effect of that mind blast. So it is the end of your turn, unfortunately, but on the next turn you will be able to act normally.
Okay.
Yeah!
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
Nebula's
so
back in the
fun.
running. Okay.
Okay, this is fine. This is fine.
We can get through. We can do this.
Yeah. Okay. The Mind Flayer, whose name is apparently Grathamore,
How do you spell that?
Grathamore.
Graph. I'm sorry. Could you?
Oh, yeah, I'll type it out. Don't worry.
Brain.
How
I'm
oddly
stressed
appropriate.
now.
Oh.
All right. Okay.
Rick's trying to kill us here.
Hmm.
First with the zombification, and now with
You guys are. I mean, that was a pretty rough thing to go through.
yeah.
But I'm not going for a
My
TPK.
goodness.
Don't worry.
Good.
Breaks, you know my HP. Breaks.
Oh boy. So what's
You
he?
had everyone's HP in front of you, and
Mhm.
then you did this.
Yep. Yeah. So, just from the previous round, I'm gonna see if the doctor's persuasion works on the mind flayer. So it's not his strong suit. A 9. Ooh.
Ooh.
But he did. Okay, I'll let him do it at advantage because he did pull off a pretty good move on Seeker. No, that's even worse.
Nope.
Okay, a 9. Grathamore, one brow raises slightly as it's apparently he doubts that the doctor's ability to handle this. Seeing also that Nebula is now waking up from the effect. Let's see what Grathamore is going to do. Oh, and I need to roll a doom die.
A what?
A doom
what?
die.
What?
Oh, what now?
The Mind Blast is a move that requires a recharge, so you have to roll a die at the beginning of your turn, and if you roll a 5 or a 6, you can use Mind Blast again.
Oh.
Oh no.
I was
Oh,
5.
no.
Yep.
Oh,
Just rolled a
no.
5.
Fear.
Mhm.
Fear.
Hmm.
No. Can we not? We're
Uh,
gonna kill everyone.
but you know what? There are 2 that are stunned, and it doesn't look like they're going to be getting out of that stun anytime soon. He appraises the thing, and lifts 2 claws to his eyes, and then points them over to the doctor, picks up his glass of questionable liquid and brain wedge, and then goes back through the door. So the Mind Flayer is out of initiative.
Damn it.
Oh my god.
Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do something. Ah.
Well, you could go back. You
Okay.
could go through the door, but I mean, Antler's got a mind to find.
No. No. I know. I was gonna do a thing. It was gonna. But no, the mind flare left. So.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Antler, it is your turn.
All right. Well, mind flare left. I was gonna do something really cool. It's gonna be really neat. But I guess I'll just roll investigation then and look for brains.
Yeah. Oh, dirty 20. Wait, no, it wouldn't be a
Nice.
+5. It's a
Ooh.
-3.
Oh, that's right.
A 12.
Well,
Wait, yeah, because.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be a 12. Okay.
Yeah, 12.
Does 12. Does
Okay,
a 12.
so a 12. I'm gonna say that the DC that you need to meet to find it, it would be a 13, so that doesn't quite make it. But you do, among these brains, you find about 3 candidates that could be yours. but you can't quite make up your mind about which one it is.
So they're all charcoal black with green veins?
Surprisingly, yeah, yes.
Oh my god.
One's more of like a raven's chark, like it's got like a bit of like a purple tone to it, and then one other is shifting a little bit towards more like pure black. Maybe the green is a bit more verdant than the green that you wanted. It's kind of hard to tell.
Antler has to.
It's a hard decision, but you know it's one of these three.
Hmm. I guess he's just gonna spend the time figuring out brain.
Antler is a man on a mission.
I
Noth-
mean, the mind flare left.
Yeah,
The
I know.
thing he was gonna do, he can't do now that it's gone.
Like, did he look back at the mind flayer as he left?
He kept an eye on the mind flare as it left,
Okay.
and if it stayed, I want to say what I was gonna do, but I'll save it till the end, just in case it comes back.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Antler's gonna look for,
Okay.
try and decide which brain is his.
Okay. Seeker, that brings us back to you.
Hi. Uh, Seeker, a little bit deaf right now from the thing, but the sharp noise has given him a thought,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
a thought. Uh, he's not gonna go for the doctor. He's going to use his action and his movement to sprint across the room towards Sally.
Okay.
Um,
What is his movement?
his movement is 45 feet a turn.
Okay, you
So
don't
that'd
have
be
to dash.
90 feet of movement.
I mean, you don't have to dash. It's a 50-foot room. It's 45 will get you over to Sally, no problem. You probably have like
Okay.
10 feet left that you could move. What would you like to do with your action?
I'd like to cast Lesser Restoration
Okay.
on
Yeah.
Sally.
Let's see. Lesser Restoration will take care of a stun effect. Let me just double check
Actually,
that.
it's not. It doesn't. I didn't read it right. Damn it.
Blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. Okay, yeah, I'm afraid Lesser Restoration won't work. But you could try to assist Sally so that when she makes her roll that she might have a better chance of getting unstunned. Assist is an action and you can take. You could try, like, seeing that your toon helped with Nebula, maybe you do something like that with Sally?
It's like a help action, yeah?
Yeah, a help action.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm still, there's jitters from Mind Flare. Okay. Okay. Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. He probably, like, muttered something to himself on the way over, because I'm just gonna use my bonus action to cast Lesser not a healing word on myself for my bonus
Fair
action.
enough.
Because ow, damage.
Mm-hmm.
So back up that. And he's kind of just, he's gonna, like, go in front of Sally and sort of, like, shake her shoulder and say, hey, are you all right?
Okay.
Come on, I need you up. Okay.
All right. That's taking the help action. That's great. Okay. Cherry. It is your turn.
Yes.
You can try the intelligence check again to see if you can shake the stun.
I would really like to do that, yes.
Okay. Okay, so it'd be
Intelligence
saving throw, I should specify.
saving throw.
You did it!
I got a 15!
Yeah!
Oh my god.
Nice.
Oh.
Wait. There is a -3 modifier to that, though. Okay, so at 12. Darn. You know what? I'm gonna give it to you.
No!
Because it's like 1:30. So,
Yeah, we're pushing it.
okay, yeah. You are unstunned. Like, you finally pull yourself together.
Yeah.
Your peanut of a brain is still stuck in your nose. Something hit you. You're not sure what. Doesn't seem to be here now. And I'm afraid that taking that intelligence, doing the saving throw was at the end of your turn. So you're done, but you do have you can act normally on your next turn. What you
Okay,
mean,
good.
silly?
Sally has a very frantic goat man.
Oh, that's not gonna do it. Well, it might do it. Yeah!
Nat 20!
Nat 20!
Nat 20!
Yeah, with Seeker
Yeah.
helping, like shaking her, like there's also just the moment where like her line art solidifies back together again, and the birds are shoot off, and she's like, "Oh, what happened?"
There's a mind flare. Very dangerous. I need you up.
Oh, okay, just give me a minute. Again, it's the end of her turn, so she has to do. She would be able to get up on her next turn. All right, so end of that. We're back around to the doctor, who is, as you might understand, pissed and fearful, because Grathamore's just on the other side of that door. He's like, why did you have to come down here and make him angry? It's bad enough that I have to deal with the likes of Don Vrake. I have to deal with marauders.
Huh.
Maybe you should have chosen a better story to be a part of.
Well, how else am I
Well,
supposed to get
maybe-
funding?
I don't
Well,
know.
maybe if you ask nicely.
I did try asking nicely. Nobody listened, and everybody's always giving Don Vrakes all the good grants.
Well, have you tried though?
I did! I just said I did.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Um,
Can I have my cannon back?
Never.
have you had
Nope.
have you had one of
Listen,
these? And
Listen,
she holds
I could.
up one of the clubs.
Listen, please, listen. You and I know that. He's like looking down at himself, like the charred uniform, broken glass in the goggles. Listen, you and I both know that I cannot take you, since a bunch of you are waking up now, and I really don't want Grathamore to come back in, because if he does come in, he absolutely will kill me. So, how about this? I will assist you to get your brains back into your skulls, and you leave and never bother me again.
What about the other brains that belong to the other people?
No promises there.
Well, I'm gonna have to say I speak for the people, you see. So, could you pretty please maybe let them have their brains back too?
The doctor seems to consider it. Roll persuasion for me.
I would also
Oh,
like.
absolutely.
May I offer the help action to?
Sure. What is Antler doing to assist?
Well, Antler's actually he's been listening offhand as he's been looking at brains, and he just offhandedly says, "If you wish, you could have other employment besides the mind flayer."
That definitely gets us a Go definitely roll with advantage.
Wait, do I wait? I
You
missed
roll
that. I'm so
you roll
sorry.
persuasion with advantage,
Okay.
so you can roll
It
again.
really cut out just as Fable started talking. And I'm
Oh.
like, oh no,
Oh, do you
I
want me?
missed it.
Do you want me to repeat?
If you want.
Yeah. Antler basically said, "Fuck, what did I say?" He basically offered him an employment option to the doctor.
Mm.
God damn it! It cut out again.
He offered
No.
employment to the doctor.
He's
Okay.
assisting you, so you can roll with advantage. You can roll again with the persuasion.
Okay.
A 12.
I got a 12.
Okay, I don't think. You know what? Hearing that, like the doctor's like he turns to Ant, like he looks at Cherry, turns to Antler, and says, "Do you mean it?"
Do
I'm
you?
not prone to lying. It's actually not something I'm incredibly good at.
All right, I'm gonna have him roll insight just to see what he makes of the situation. A 13. Okay.
As far as he'd be able to tell, Antler,
Truthful. Mm.
and to sprinkle on it, I am in the means of making my own kingdom, and I would benefit from employing a scientist, especially one as capable as yourself, as you've managed to make all of this.
Hmm, that's true. But
Also, Mr. Doctor Man,
what?
if it adds any, and she pulls out from her hammer's face, I guess. She pulls out a bunch of the kebabs from earlier.
Oh
I don't know
God.
how useful these are, but if you want some of these, I would be glad to share them.
Ah, the kebabs. I don't get much use of them. Usually the zombies use it to, you know, think a little better. Brains actually
Mm-hmm.
kind of help clarify a few things. Neurons. At least before they make it through the digestive system. I wouldn't mind a few kebabs, but that's beside the point. What we really got to worry about is if Grathamor's not convinced that I am kicking your butt in here, he might come back in. So, how about we make this sound like I am, wiping the floor with you, huh?
We could make a deal so then you can have some kebabs and you can pretend that you
No, I just need you guys to scream like you're in terrible agony.
oh.
Yeah.
Are you
Oh, I
sure
can
you
do
want
that.
me to
Ah! Which one of these is mine?
Well, like the doctor comes over and if nobody else wants to take an attack action, I'll say that we are out of initiative at this point, as the enemy doesn't want to attack anymore. Uh,
Oh yeah, no, we're good.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. The doctor,
I mean,
yeah,
Seeker's still fucking pissed, but
yeah.
you know,
Okay, if Seeker wants to attack, he can.
no, no, he's good.
Okay,
He's good.
yeah. Uh, the doctor like scuttles on over, like yelling, "Take this, you fiends!" and like prompts like the the tunes to make some noise like they're in agony.
Oh yeah, no, Cherry plays along, which I would voice, but I don't want to be too loud.
Okay,
It
yeah,
it is also late here, so but
that's fair.
Seeker does do a scream of agony.
Like the doctor gives a like big thumbs up and then like moves over to Antler on the three brains he's looking at. Okay,
Seeker had glared at the doctor, looking
doctor's
very
not
unamused.
paying any attention. He's now got a question in front of him that he needs to answer. And he fishes out a very peculiar looking contraption from his hammer space and unfolds it, and it looks like it's like a Swiss Army knife, but except it's got like these really weird attachments. Uh, hmm. Well, choose one. We'll try it.
Antler points at the one on the far left.
Okay. He takes that brain, inserts it into like the Swiss Army knife, and says, "This might sting a little." And grabs the top of Antler's head. Does Antler allow this?
Antler raises his hands a little. Actually, he's still holding the sword of light and his crackling magic, and he like
Oh my God.
braces those for a sec, but just manages not to hit the doctor.
Okay. I hope he continues to do so because, like, with a swoop and a whoop, like the doctor just jams the brain up through Antler's nose. Okay. Roll a d20 for me. We'll see if that was the correct one.
Okay.
No,
One,
it
it
wasn't.
Was not.
You
was
are
not.
suddenly overcome with the memories of somebody you do not know. But you are like two people existing in one body at this moment.
Get it out! Get it out! Get it
Oh,
out!
okay,
Get
wait,
it out!
okay, wait. Oh, okay. And then, like he takes like another little attachment is like a little mister. Actually, this would have come from, and he attaches it. He's like got a backpack with like these four little prongs. One of them snakes out, and it looks like it's like a prosthetic tentacle of some kind. He attaches the item to the tentacle and sprays it, and then it's the same sort of glittery, misty stuff. For a brief second, you smell roses, and then achoo! Okay, definitely not that one. So we got two left.
Antler chooses the one on the far right.
Okay.
Seeker
Looking really miffed.
Mhm. Yes.
Seeker wants to go over to his other teammates and help them like get on their feet,
Okay.
make sure they're okay, dust them off.
Absolutely. Um,
Nebula
if you're
appreciates
gonna be
it.
moving around the room,
Charity. Okay.
uh,
Okay.
like, are you guys continuing the pretense of having your butts handed to you?
Yeah,
I
kinda.
guess,
Okay,
yeah.
half-heartedly.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Cherry is
Okay.
being
Everybody
very
who's
over
like
the top
trying to
dramatic
sell
about it.
this, roll me a performance check.
Performance?
Yeah, roll performance. Let's see how this. Let's see how
Oh,
believable this butt kicking.
okay.
12, not bad.
Oh. Wait, performance?
Performance.
I have
Performance.
advantage on those. I have
Ah,
advantage on those.
go for it then.
I assume that's not
Seeker, you would know
intelligence.
all about this, don't
16.
you?
Nice.
18.
14.
Hey, not bad, not
Oh
bad, not
my
bad.
god.
Let me get Sally's. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. No problem. There are various caterwauls from behind the antler and the doctor, as you guys put on a fairly convincing thing of wails of despair and agony and like choking sounds and cacking
Seeker's
and
doing this all with a very
dramatic
straight
deaths.
face.
Yes. It's you get like that good old like Shakespearean death scene going on in the background.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
You know how Judy Hopps in Zootopia did her little death scene
Yeah.
in
That's
like
great.
the very beginning? Cherry is doing basically that.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, so there is a sufficient amount of covering noise to to cover the sound of the doctor attempting to help Antler get his brain back. Okay, far right one. Shoop and a boop, and please roll d20.
11.
11. Okay, and
Hmm.
contesting a 2. Uh, that does it. That is actually your brain. The finally, your head clears and you feel like you're one person again. The tug that you've been feeling and the incessant hunger clears up as your brain is returned to you, and your skin turns back to your normal, preserved corpse color.
Green.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
green anymore. Yes.
Yeah, Antler blinks his eye sockets a few times. The raging green glow that's been there the entire time has faded away, as now he has the mind to reel his anger back a bit. He looks down at the sword in his hand, flinches a little bit, and then quickly shakes his hand, and the sword dispels into light.
Very cool. Very good,
Good.
very good. That's the one. All right. Let's see who's next. You.
Seeker lays dramatically on top of a table, pretending to be in agony.
Cherry is
Nebula
like she overhears and goes,
stand up.
me.
Okay, yours should be pretty easy. Come here. Same sort of thing. Like grabs a peanut out of your nose, puts it like this comically sized brain into like this receptacle that's meant to be holding something much larger. And then it's like,
Mhm.
okay, hold still. Grabs the top of Cherry's head, like
Okay.
the stem, and then a shoop and a boop boop. It's in there. You like if you you like he's like, is it in there? And like shakes your stem around, and you hear like something rattling. And okay, yeah, it's in there.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Last one. Keep up the performance. Good initiative there. He's like saying to Seeker on top of the lab table.
Seeker flips him off.
Yeah, that's the spirit. All right. And then I think you would see Nebula still holding the corporeal kind of purple energy brain. Walks over. He's like, this one's gonna be interesting. A non-corporeal. Oh, it's corporeal enough. Let's try it. Sticks it into the thing. Then realizes that Nebula doesn't have a nose, and is like, how did this
Came out mouth.
mouth? Okay, that's gonna be interesting. And then gets Nebula to like this like leaning backwards awkward pose, and then like opens the jaw and then just like shoop and a boop and whop. It takes a few tries with the brain.
No.
No, hold still. Different angle. Nope. Okay, wait. Yep, there it goes. And Nebula is now back to normal.
Just shudders.
There.
That was not pleasant.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a lot easier coming out than going back in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I think it's going to be difficult for me to return these brains because if it gets quiet, Grathamork might come back through to check on the status.
We could kidnap
Hmm.
you if you'd like. Unless you'd
Please.
like to go.
Ooh, a
Unless you.
hostage
Well, no, no,
situation.
no, 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 no. Idea.
We
I
need to
have an
return the
idea.
brains.
Now that I got my brain back, I can do the thinky thing. Mr. Doctor, sir, consider.
What?
There's these kebabs, right? They
Yeah.
kind of look like brains,
Yeah.
but they're vegan brains.
Yeah.
Do you think a mind flayer? That was a mind flayer, right?
Yes,
Yes.
mind
Is
flare,
that
very
the
dangerous.
right
Do
term?
not.
Okay. Oh,
Not
okay.
not a
So
great
if
boss.
he comes back, you can use these and see if he fucks with it.
Turn the mind flayer vegan. This should be something.
How much brain do you have in there? Like
Well,
he's
do you
taking
have
another
any
look
other
at like
better
the
ideas,
sachet.
Skeleton Man?
He's taking another look at like the sachet of like brain kebabs that you have. That's a good number of kebabs.
Oh, there's plenty.
Like he grabs them like unceremoniously from you and like puts them like sweeps off the table next to Seeker, plops the things down, and he starts like moving the vegan brains from their kebabs and starts putting them together like a jigsaw until he has like a mostly
Mm.
complete barbecue colored brain. This might be enough to fool him. Might need to let me say. Like he like shoves Seeker off the table so he can. Yeah, pardon me. Like he like gets some other accoutrement, like puts together like this thing, and then like sprays it over the brain, and it turns more natural color, kind of.
Hmm.
Huh.
Think while he's
Looks pretty close.
Antler's watching with some interest. He's watching the doc now that they're not fighting the doctor. He's kind of watching and seeing how the he's evaluating the doctor now, basically.
I gotcha. And the doctor's just like he's like, this would be great. We do have a separate section for vegan brains, but they're not terribly colored right. But if I manage to color them like this, and I can prepare the vats, and I can put the brains in back, like the fake brains in there, we could scoop the. Yeah,
Can
we
you
could make
make
this.
it work?
Yes, we can make it work, but I'm gonna need your help. So for
Mr.
the sake
Doctor,
of
if you need more, there is a guy. I think you know the guy. Uh,
oh yeah,
and he's selling them. He's like, I got so many with one piece of gold. That's a steal.
like he
Do you
he
know
makes
how
an
much he
assessment.
wants for it?
Yeah, he makes an assessment of like how many brains they could get out of like the 100 kebabs. Like does a little math and is like, and then he hands Cherry 20 gold and says, "See if you can get the actual brains, but if you can't, get this amount of gold of kebabs."
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right.
He does a
So
little salute.
yeah, we'll do a bit of a montage of like the gang putting together the reassembling the vats, or filling them with green fluids, testing out the vegan brains and how will they appear like real brains. All the while still continuing the performance of the doctor kicking people's butt, which thankfully at this moment is not resummoned Grathamore into the room. Thank goodness. But eventually, Cherry returns and, still howling in agony, the entire gang reassembles a bunch of vegan brains from the kebabs because she was not able to get the full brains. Fills the vats with those. The doctor gathers what little bits of embobs he has that remain intact around the lab, and with a final death rattle, or perhaps you decide to actually kidnap the doctor. Which way would you like to go?
I mean,
Seeker gives a death monologue.
I mean, Antler does is gonna ask the doctor like, "Would you prefer to tell him you quit?" And he gestures towards the door that Grathamore came out of.
I, mm, they are pretty. If I tell him I quit, I have to give him like 2 weeks' notice, which is just not gonna work. So if you could kidnap me, that'd be great.
My understanding is that 2 weeks is not a requirement.
It is when you work for mind flayers.
Not if we kidnap you.
Yeah. So yeah, no, yeah. Go ahead and like, I don't know if anybody's healed him, but he's like, give me.
No,
No. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I am the only one with healing magic.
Yeah, Antler. No.
No.
Yeah. I will say though, Mr. Skeleton Man, what is your take on your dental plan?
What?
Well, you said you wanted to hire him, right? So what's your take on dental plan, like medical insurance? Is that covered?
Look at the other three and with a question of like, is she serious?
Hmm.
The look in her eyes is she is not joking about this. She is full-heartedly asking about this. She's not goofing.
And Sally looks at the doctor and like pats. Is like, well. I mean, do you have teeth? And like she gives like the doctor like a friendly pat on the back end. Um, just because I really wanted to be posting this, like the charred remains of his some of his uniform kind of disintegrate away, uh, and God, okay, uh, this is what you see.
What is that? Hello.
Like the doctor reacts to like his uniform disintegrating and like puts up like a tentacle. Is like, don't look at me, I'm hideous.
Right. So I'm just gonna roll a
What?
D10 real
That
quick.
is amazing.
Too. Okay. Antler's just
Mr.
gonna
Doctor.
take one look, and yeah, in agreement that yeah, he looks ridiculous. It's a good thing Antler keeps spare cloaks in his hammer space. And Antler's gonna pull that out
No,
and just
no,
toss
no.
it over the doctor.
Oh, the doctor immediately swaddles up so he can't be seen anymore, and seems to relax a little bit now that he's covered.
Cherry's gonna go up to him and pat him on the shoulder and go, "It's okay. You can show yourself. It's okay. I think your face looks amazing. Like, have you ever seen like that much of a chiseled look? That is not something you can easily get.
Please, no
Have
more
you ever
words.
seen
Don't hurt me so.
No. It's amazing. I swear that is so well done.
Please
That is-
take
that
me
is-
away from here. I cannot be
I swear.
seen.
I do not believe
Well,
this is
I
the
mean,
place to have this
technically, okay.
conversation.
Yeah.
Antler once
Um,
again gestures at the door that the mind flayer came.
Hey guys, you're hearing some noise from behind that door.
Yep.
Oh.
We're going.
Time to go.
Okay.
Time to leave.
Yep,
You guys have like
probably.
comically big satchels of real brains over your shoulder. But I'll say that you are able to quickly make your way up back through the kitchen, back out of the restaurant. The restaurant, which had slowly been refilling after Eller's previous make through,
Yeah.
empties again in front of him, screaming. Like, so you have a great distraction for getting away. And I will say that we should probably end that here since it's like 4 minutes. We've been running, it's almost 4 hours. But
really
any
quickly,
last minute? Yeah?
Was the cannon 3 cubic feet or smaller?
It is, let me check. It is smaller. It is it would be considered it can
So he's just gonna put that in his hammer space.
okay.
Nebula has a cannon.
Nice.
Cannon acquired.
I guess like during the process of returning brains, Antler is gonna a job to the doctor
I think the
because
doc.
because he is he's in the market for a mad scientist
Okay,
to
you.
add to his kingdom.
God, if you can keep him in shower caps and face masks, you can keep him.
I mean, there is technically a downstairs in
Yeah.
Ruindal that the doctor could set up shop.
Okay. The
So
the doctor happily accepts and introduces himself as Doctor Gray
Oh my
Matter.
god.
awesome. And Antler actually probably for the first time probably introduces himself as Antlered King.
Ugh.
Uh,
The
I wanna
doctor.
Wait,
I wanna
are
say,
you telling me your name
Seeker.
isn't Mr. Skeleton Man?
Yeah.
Remind me why I haven't killed you yet.
Okay.
Well, because we are obviously best friends, so duh, of course we aren't gonna kill each
He's
other.
gonna turn to the doctor and say, "Shall we leave this place? Ruindal is a bit of a walk from here."
We can't leave fast enough.
And Antler's gonna leave, and he's gonna leave the brains with these guys. And if the doctor's gonna follow him, cool. All the
Mhm.
better.
Seeker wants to stop the doctor real fast.
Okay.
Hand on the shoulder,
Oh.
smile a little bit too strained, and just goes, "I hope your story has a very unsatisfying conclusion." Pats on the shoulder, walks away.
Love it.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Actually walks over to the other two people in the party, Sally, Nebula, brushes them off, actually dumps healing magic into them, also does that with Cherry.
Hmm. I think.
Much appreciated.
Okay.
Yeah.
To kind of wrap this up,
It's
you guys
easy.
return the brains to the populace of the Bazaarmbie, and as a reward, you are given, we'll say, 20 gold each, and they allow you to
Alright.
choose one
Ooh.
trinket from the market to take with you as well.
Oh god.
So if
Is,
you
is
want,
there
What
a
kind of
list?
items are there?
there is one
How much?
sec.
Yeah, is there a list?
So,
20 gold.
how much gold?
20
20
gold.
Nice.
Hey, I got a net of 15.
20 gold.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
These are the gothic trinkets that are available to you. Go ahead and look through them. Pick the one that you like, and you have the 20 gold in that. Uh, Nebula, you got yourself an Eldritch Cannon. You can look up the stats for that if you like. Uh,
Alright.
This is
yeah,
taking a minute to load.
yeah.
Do we
Let's
want to?
see.
Do we want to enter? I can
I
look
think
through this
so.
later and,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
let
yeah.
you
I'd
know.
say you return
Yeah.
it to a grateful
Yeah.
undead populace, and well, who knows what's happening down in the basement of the brain food restaurant. I guess we'll have to find that out later. But
Yep.
thank everybody for coming and watching.
Thank you. This was
This
fun.
is so much
Cheers.
fun.
Very
Yeah.
fun.
game.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
All right.
had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody say goodbye. Bye.
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 Bye-bye.